Mickey, Boxy, and Insania. Almost forgot. I almost said Nisha again.
Got there in the end.
Making up the core of Liquid. Still on Liquid, and still fighting for a shot at TI. Avery, this is an extremely intimate matchup between these two teams. You've got former teammates, you've got Team Liquid matching up against their former captain and leader in 33. Hell, even the stand-in of Tundra played for both teams this year. He stood in for both Liquid and Tundra.
Well, there's a reason Liquid's, esport organization of the decade, right, Austin?
I guess so.
They just gobble everybody up. They steal everybody else's talent. They steal the stand-ins. I mean, everything is eventually gone through Liquid at some point. I would not count Tundra out of this matchup. I know a lot of people are going to say they don't have the full roster. They are missing Whitemon. That is a massive blow to the squad. We'll see if 33 can get out of here, down the river, try and get the extra move speed to work, but I think he will eventually go down
grenade ticking him down, 10 HP, and Mickey will secure that last hit. A lot of damage done there by Toby trying to punish the team he stood in just a month ago.
I still would not count Tundra out of this series just because 33, he knows Liquid. He knows him through and through.
Yeah.
And this is a guy, he's a double TI champion for a reason. He knows how to gimmick his way through certain series, dare I say it, right? This guy has definitely abused certain items of certain patches that will go unnamed. And this is another such instance that could come to light here. I want to see what Dominator shenanigans he potentially gets up to here. This draft was super interesting. A lot of back and forth in terms of trying to get the team fight coordination victory. I think Liquid's 5-man punch looks incredibly straightforward and strong. There's not a lot of super difficult execution there, right? You go in, you cast all these big AoE spells, you throw down the pit, you throw down the Wukong, Sandstorm around a Roshan, glimpse people into it. You're likely going to win that fight if you are all there together and hit the right target. I think Tundra's a lot higher execution. Maybe the ceiling's a little higher, like with this Invoker dancing on kids, but I could also see this Bloodseeker struggle. Like, this is a game where it's a Crystallis specialty, but like the panel said, there's no direct counterpick. There's no Pango you're shutting down. There's no mobile hero that you're really rupturing. And the Monkey King matchup can be really rough. Again, if Liquid can just plant their heroes in an area or an objective, drop the Wukong. Very difficult sometimes for Bloodseeker to run into that type of setup. And there's not a lot of damage to throw out to enable the Thirst in this game.
Yeah.
That's my big concern for him. Puts a lot more pressure on the Soxa Tiny and this Invoker to start pulling off some moves.
Liquid trying to get a bit aggressive there. Turn back around, double ion shell, but a whiffed vacuum from 33.
You don't see that often.
No, you don't. I think this matchup, lane, is so interesting because last year's Liquid, how often did we say, oh man, the off lane of Liquid, they're killing it, but it's their safe lane that was a liability for them so often. But when TI came around, that safe lane showed up and was a large reason why they were able to claim the Aegis in the first place. A lot of people pointed to Mickey and how good he got within that season as a large reason why Liquid walked away the victors.
I mean, it's just crazy one of these teams is going home here. I don't think anybody would have predicted this.
It's last year's TI winners versus the most successful regular season team, right? Tundra was at 7 different finals this season. They claimed 3 different first places. Like, they were the most successful team. How are they in this elimination spot? Well, Whitemon was certainly a large component of this team's success. And, I mean, even before that, 33 himself said that this is a team that they felt like they were kind of missing some of their identity. They weren't sure exactly where they were going. Toby, he's going to be picked off here by Saberlight and Boxy. Liquid already 2-0 up in the laning phase.
It's such a strong laning phase for them. They have good matchups. The Sand King's just going to push out the mid. They got the counter pick versus the Bloodseeker lane. This Darkseer's against Monkey King, a notoriously difficult matchup, and arguably one of the better Monkey King players in the world. If Liquid can pull this game out, it sets them up really well for the series because, again, you are trying to build hero pools for your players right now. It's one of the strengths of Liquid. The more series they play, the more they understand how they want to draft, what they want to pick, the better they get. A win with this style of draft that can play fast, can combine quickly around the map, can get stuff going, fights happening. It's the exact style of lineup they want to play. So therefore, if they can find success with it, it's a great way to start the series and push your momentum further.
Nisha's just being super aggro against BZM because he has the Sentry advantage. He's really been pushing that. And
he's going Helma Dom.
Why not?
No, I'm kidding. I got you. You believed it for a second,
I did. I actually fully bit that.
I mean, I'll get somebody at least once every time. You know, you could say any mid hero is going to go Helmet Dom.
I mean, it was that 7 Helmet Doms or whatever craziness we had in that previous series that really got me going.
Well, that's why I was watching that series. Everyone's complaining about the Helmet Dominators. I'm thinking, we haven't had Tundra play yet today.
Crystal has got a lot of movement speed and Sunstrike. Oh, was that off the mark there?
A little bit.
Just on the edge. Still, Saberlight and Boxy will walk away pretty worse for wear. Healing Salve for Boxy. And the creep wave is pushing into Saberlight, so they'll be okay.
At least you get some thirst going here, but a couple spells off the mark early for Tundra. Maybe, you know, little jitters, got to warm up a little bit.
I think that's concerning to me because, you know, draft aside, you know, what you do in the game is so important, and putting players on comfort heroes in elimination matches, I think is a really good way to start out the series. That is a little sad. And you've got a Crystallis Classic, where they have struggled to find what his hero is for this TI. Right? They even picked a Razor, and it didn't work for them.
That's not a Razor meta. We just haven't seen anybody perform.
We've got BZM back on his Invoker, which is kind of his namesake at this point in time, this meta. We've had Invoker players come and go, but I feel like BZM's the best of the current batch.
Oh, it's his best hero right now for sure, and you could first pick it. Definitely sends a message. I don't think Liquid addressed the Invoker too hard either, as the panel said. This is a pretty good Invoker game, especially for first pick Invoker. Like, there's not a lot of counterplay. Your Monkey is maybe the best bet at getting on top of him, but Monkey is also a hero that really suffers against the Invoker control in the fight, that disarms the tornadoes, the ice wall. You can BKB, you can refresh your BKB in the late game to bypass it, but sometimes it can be difficult if those fights get drawn out, and BZM is a master of that. Trying to deny the 6 minute power.
Look at all the heroes coming in. Yeah. 33 came over with Soxa to secure the power rune. That is crazy.
Did not want to give this rune to the Sand King.
And they're still on Liquid, potentially getting the pick off on Toby, as Tundra did bring a lot of heroes, but only one hero at the bottom lane, which was Toby, outnumbered 3-1.
Very slow start in this game for Tundra. Maybe Helmet Dom on the Invoker, you get some more levels on BZM. Start picking up some kills with Sunstrike, it could speed it up, but that top lane was tough for the Darkseer. The Bloodseeker didn't find any of those extra kills bottom. There's not a lot of thirst being built up, chipping these heroes down, and the stacks are being built from Liquid. If Tundra can get in here and steal some of this, that would be a big boon.
Why'd you point to the Monkey King as the best hero to address the Invoker? Why not the Blink Sand King follow up with the Hoodwink? I feel like that's a lot of initiation and burst that should address a hero like
All right, there's a kill. There's a kill on the board. Nice little push in there. They're wrapping around. They can even go triangle now.
That's true. They got a nice ward to play around here.
I think the Sand King,
the ancient stack.
He is another hero that can jump backliners, but I feel like in some sense, I mean, Sand King's either going to do that to somebody or he's not. Like, he can always use this whole kit, jump somebody and kill them, but I think to reach and find Invoker for Sand King tends to be a little more difficult. At least with Monkey, you can leap on him, you can BKB, and you can just commit, try and bring him down with Nullifier or something in this style of game. It's a little harder for Sand King. Darkseer comes in, gives you some auras.
Yeah. Oh, got him inside the kinetic field there. Insania lands that. Epicenter attempted. Nisha not going to be able to get it off thanks to the cold snap from BZM protecting himself.
He's
Nisha
lingering.
Still threatening it. Tornado at the same time an avalanche. Not great between Tundra, Soxa, and BZM.
This mid lane is a brawl. This is... I think Liquid feel like they're playing against Game & Gladiators again. It's just tri-lane mid against tri-lane mid.
Yeah, and Mickey thinks he's playing PvE because 33 hasn't even been in the lane. He's been clearing out neutrals half the time. Highest net worth in the game by far, and he's got a ton of denies.
This is the issue. I mean, you can jungle, but it's not nearly as fast as what this Monkey King is getting out of this early game, and that's a big concern for Tundra. Again, you cannot rely on this Bloodseeker to help win this Monkey King matchup. It's just not something you're going to overcome. Even more pressure on the Invoker in this game.
Which means Crystallis needs to be careful, right? Because we've seen Mickey, he does like to do the gate rotations. A little bit surprised he hasn't done one yet.
I mean, I think he's just having such a good time.
Sure.
Why risk a perfect game right now? This Monkey King can do whatever he wants.
Why quit a good thing? Nisha, I do think Tundra did a really good job of punishing the first round, that hard camp stack, but the ancient stack is still going to go the way of Nisha. They maybe get a little bit of it. They got one last hit, thanks to the Blood Right. As long as they don't lose anybody, this is not too bad. But it's hard not to lose anybody when you're invading to the enemy side, trying to get back against a Disruptor. Inevitably, somebody is going to be glimpse picked off.
They got one creep out of that camp, a little XP. I think they're going to rotate into mid, but not a kill he's going to secure on his own, maybe with some
maybe
help.
Boxy, blood grenade, and then as he's stunned, they make sure to land the bushwhack. EZM, he's low, but thanks to Toby, a good decrepify. Still though, another glimpse back up. Insania, low cooldown on that one. Got it back up just in time to secure the mid kill.
That's a super nice rotation from Mikke. He's having a free game. Well, it's even freer now. Now he's taking it to the biggest counter, slowing down the Invoker game, speeding up his own.
Oh, first Rupture going to be used. Saberlight. Is he really in trouble, though? They're trying to get the toss on him so they can get the extra range on the Rupture. Saberlight's not giving it to Soxa easy, and now Soxa underneath tower is just going to die. He does what damage he can, but he knew he overstepped himself.
That's the one combo they have to guarantee, you know, some thirst activation. Use this Rupture. Doesn't really matter who your Rupture target is if you can toss him back. But this has been a really slow early game for Soxa. Just not finding those little openings he wants. The Darkseer had to go jungle early, so he had to give up that lane pressure. You're just stuck skirmishing around mid. It's Toby on a power rune, round 3.
Oh, this time around, though, Nisha gets bursted down by the meteor, and look at the use of the hurricane from BZM. BZM, the master of all elements, call him Avatar. A meteor drop, little cold snap action, tornado if need be, and a hurricane from the creep.
That was beautiful usage. Catching the Sand King
so
off
apparently
guard.
Toby just can't, no matter where he goes in the river, apparently Liquid always be there to kill him.
He has had a rough time trying to secure some of these runes and at least some control for BZM. Overall, though, you look at the net worth, like where this Invoker's sitting, it's not too bad for Tundra.
No, not at all.
Considering how wonky a lot of these rune fights were, and you're going up against Hoodwink Disruptor, pretty strong in these early points with all the levels, especially Insania having the early level 6. It's been a clunky game for them, but they're in an okay position, barring what Mikke can do with all this early farm. He already has Echo Saber flying out. There's a quick little kill.
Nice pickup. It's Crystallis who makes the first run through the gate. Probably trying to find the Monkey King, but instead runs into Insania.
Liquid need to keep finding little connections, combinations around the map, outnumbering Tundra. That's where their lineup will thrive, especially if you can get the Underlord to gate in on a certain play around the mid lane, off of a glimpse. Another miss.
EZM. I mean, he's doing all right, but frankly, he's not really looking like himself when it comes to these usually perfect spell casting invokers.
So many stacks going into this man right here. That is Blink done. See if Liquid make a smoke with this, or if they feel like going into Tundra is too risky with everybody available to respond. They have the connection capability, though, with this Monkey, and they do instant smoke it.
Where do you want to go with this smoke? Who is the most important person to shut down of these cores?
You want to go on Invoker or Bloodseeker, one of those two. These are the two damage dealers for Tundra. Darkseer is going to play a utility role, slowing him down, not that relevant. He doesn't have great wall targets this game anyway to scale on his own.
Sure.
You want to shut down the primary scalers and damage dealers. It's always going to be these two. They are looking for Crystallis down here, but
they're
a
too
little
late.
Little late to the party. He finished Maelstrom. He's already out of here. Nice read from him. And this is all time for 33 to recover. Gotta remember, like this Darkseer, he's in the bottom left of the map. He has a creep with Ion Shell pushing in that top wave. He's effectively getting a lot of CS off the board right now.
Yeah, as soon as he got that Helmet Dom, his net worth is starting to recover. He's actually catching back up to Saberlight.
This is a real Dom hero, you know? This isn't a fake Dominator. This is a hero that you would normally buy it on in a lot of metas. For this reason, Tundra eyeing up Saberlight bottom. They want the Airlines combo.
They're baiting Saberlight, but they brought enough heroes to this fight. They're going to Static Storm Epicenter all in on the Invoker.
So
the damage, though, he's so damn tanky, it is just enough. Thanks to the glimpse, they push him back into the Static Storm. They get that kill. Still, though, Tundra brought so many heroes to it that they make an equivalent exchange of it. 2 for 2, and it was 2 cores lost on the side of Liquid. Tundra get the better of that engagement so far.
Not a bad fight for them.
Oh, gotta be careful there. Mikke jumping into a tree right in front of Soxa. Get the glimpse back onto him with the kinetic field, surrounded by the Wukong command illusions. He will die. So a third kill going the way of Liquid. Still, I don't feel like that's too bad for Tundra, outside of the fact that Mikke continues to grow and grow and grow.
That's the issue here. You lose the Invoker and the Monkey King gets another kill. That's the differential you're trying to make up here. Good fight for Crystallis, though. You finally get that Rupture Toss connection. Again, the Darkseer is going to continue to recover really well here with the wave pulling.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And ultimately, your 5-man team fight as Tundra is not going to be as strong until the Darkseer joins those skirmishes.
Yeah.
And he has some auras to offer. It's a really good pipe game for the Darkseer. I think that's going to be the first choice here for 33. See if he opts for anything else. But, you know, Glimmer Capes as well. Like, if Tundra can get up 1 or 2 Glimmer Capes, Liquid are going to hit this mid-game point where you hit that valley with the Sand King. He's just all magic damage. If you get Pipe, Glimmers, Mage Slayer, whatever the item of the meta is up, you reduce his damage output in the fight. You can just take these head-on clashes. Mid-game strength is going to be a big problem, but you can kite the Monkey King a little bit in this game. You have Decrep, you have some toss mechanics, you have Surge, you have a really fast Bloodseeker. You have ways to get out of Wukong. Even if Mickey has an early BKB, you know, he's not going to be able to chase you infinitely. So I think there's a route to winning mid-game fights against Liquid's insane team fight-oriented draft. That said, they will have auras of their own.
On the offensive side of things, right, it may be a bad wall game, but it is a great vacuum game, right? Bloodright, Avalanche, Meteor. The biggest one, I think, from the Invoker.
Oh, yeah.
The highest potential combo damage here from Tundra. Liquid got to be really careful in their positioning in team fights. One good vacuum could just be a team wipe.
You do not want to clump. You want to be the ones chasing Tundra down, getting the glimpses, going on the big damage dealer, so even if the vacuum comes in, the damage is already done, particularly if you have early BKBs.
If Liquid do clump, I mean, that's on them, right? They've got heroes that can really spread out in a team fight. Monkey King, Sand King, like highly mobile heroes that like to hit from angles you're not expecting.
They can space it pretty well. They can also throw this break into the Bloodseeker. Really annoying for him in the middle of fights.
Oh, from the Hoodwink?
Yeah. Like, you just get shot from this, you lose a bunch of move speed. It's...
Yeah?
You feel it. That's another tool that they have. Look for this long-range burst damage that can come out. And, of course, you have that Boomerang combo with the Sand King. Like, Hoodwink Sand King, amp up all that magic damage. It's just straight nasty.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well,
So
because of the
there's the
Helmet Dom, it means pipe first for the Liquid lineup. Saberlight has his, and immediately Liquid are going to 4-man smoke with the Underlord ready to join them thanks to his global capabilities. They're going to run into Saksa. And while he is a tanky hero, he is still a support hero. Toby's actually going to try and help him, so they drop the Static Storm, stopping Toby with the heals, and they'll catch both the supports out of this. Unless, wait, BZM, oh, he's really lined up. A beautiful tornado into the Meteor, but unfortunately the pipe makes the Meteor damage look just bad. He really doesn't get much done with that at all. A Rupture underneath tower, but Nisha doesn't lose much for it. He just sandstorms. Not even the illusions can hit him. And now Liquid may be set up to get some tower damage, or they just back up and farm.
Awkward fight for Tundra. I mean, Liquid end up clumping on that choke point. The spell usage looks great.
Radiant's middle
Pipe just tanks it all up.
Yeah.
Not enough to punch through this. Really nice aura timing from Liquid. They'll gain a little lead out of this, continue to snowball that Monkey King. And that was probably the one fight where Tundra had an opportunity to punish Mickey on this item buildup as he pushes towards the BKB, because he's going to have it for the rest of the game. That was your one window to put some spell damage into this guy. His game is just so fast here. 502, 150 CS, level 12.
Now, we watched Pure's Monkey King go for the early Radiance. This one is a very early game and much more defensive build, Echo Saber into BKB. You want to talk about like the differences mentality-wise between these two builds?
I mean, Pure is going to be a little greedier always.
Sure.
He's going to want to scale. He's going to want to farm, take more of the farm off the map. Mickey's going to play for the fights. He's always going to think about what that 5-man fight looks like, because the team is expecting him to always connect to those plays and be there. So he has to hit earlier timings. He has to have an item build that comes online and can punch with the team at the 12-minute mark, at the 16-minute mark, at that 20. Like, he can't go some Radiance into whatever an AFK farm for 30 minutes, you know?
I do think that while it fits Liquid's style, I can't help but thinking that Radiance looks so good because they were matched up against Helmadoms, and the way that P-Vision was playing against them, just pushing in waves over and over again, it ended up being just perfect for the game. And I feel like if Liquid doesn't get a lot done in this next 10 minutes, you're going to regret this item choice.
I mean, the Radiance feels good because you farm up, you disassemble it, you go into this Nullifier later, right?
Sure.
Like, the natural item progression scale-wise feels amazing because it builds into everything you want, and you get the farm rate early. I do think this build looks generally weaker on Monkey because it's not going to pay off as hard. But if you go this build and you use it to win fights, it makes your team overall stronger. It puts your team in a better position. That's how Liquid like to play. It's a style choice. Of course, you have to execute.
And a style that 33 is going to be very aware of. Burrow strike whiffs. Oh, that was just terrible.
They used everything here. I mean, that's Gate.
3 different
Burrow,
cores
Wukong?
throwing everything they have will finally get Soxa thanks to the Disruptor. Again, the early pickup of the Disruptor is doing wonders for Liquid.
It's bailing out a lot of these plays, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting a lot of these extra kills if they don't have the glimpse. I mean, I guess Underlord is also your way to deal with some of this Dom pressure. You can deal with the split push threat, still join the fights.
Yeah.
Just soak up the farm. You're seeing all of Liquid's cores continue to climb this chart.
He'll be another source of catch to keep heroes inside of Wukong's command. Once he gets his Aghanim Scepter, he'll have the double hits.
There's another Dom kill. And there's a lot of gold you're feeding away.
Oh, this is bad! Chrysalis caught, farming up Ancients. No chance to get anything off. Not that he has a BKB that would protect him. He was dead 100%, but Burrow Strike into the Bushwhack. It's going to be a deadly duo for much of the game for Liquid.
This is just Tundra routing the map, trying to get to some sort of item timing where they can fight back, maybe around the Bloodseeker BKB. There's the pipe for the Darkseer.
Ooh, Toby, he's going to go for the last hit on the tower, and he gets it.
Nice little snipe. That's 20-minute mark, so you got to think about the Tormentor 2 Liquid just already there, man. Not giving you any openings. They're just a little ahead, hitting all these timings faster, translated them into objectives.
Good
Didn't
try
get the
from BZM, well aware that they are doing the Tormentor, tries to snipe it. And not the best shard. They definitely wanted the Boomerang over this one. Considering all the magic damage they are putting into us. You and I were having a back and forth conversation last time we casted Sand King game, talking about how good and bad this hero is. Talked about how it reaches this valley in the mid game where it doesn't have Aghanim Scepter, but he has it super early. Blink Ags, highest net worth right next to the Monkey King. So when he does finally show off that next epicenter, it's going to do big damage. It's only going to keep scaling as it goes late.
I mean, this hero still scales like a truck.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. You go up against level 25 plus 5 or 6 slot Sand King, it is one of the most terrifying heroes in the game.
It's funny because the hero used to be just trash when it comes to scaling, but being given an extra addition to your spell like the Aghanim Scepter does, that's a lot.
Radiant are scanning.
I think so much of Tundra's gameplay here revolves around the tiny, like the tosses. Can you find good toss targets?
Oh,
Can you
back to
start the
back
fight?
Helmet Dom kills, a double kill for Mickey.
Yeah, they've really fed a lot of these away.
That was 232 gold from player-controlled units.
This is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it go straight into Liquid's hands. Quick smoke from Tundra, though, might not be a move Liquid expect as they were busy killing the Dominators.
Is it possible
Goes
for them
right
to kill
into
Mickey
him.
before the BKB goes off? No. They can control him, though, and he'll just TP away.
Yeah, that is something that can almost always happen in this game. So you have like Abyssal Bloodseeker or something. No BKB control in this lineup. Feels pretty bad.
I do feel like Tundra's weathered through this timing, though. Not too bad. I mean, it's only a 5,000 net worth lead, and we're getting closer to the BKB. Oh, now they found the Nisha Sand King. Pops the Illusion Rune. Burrow strikes away from the rest of the team. Static Storm, but doesn't actually keep anybody inside of it. Still going for Nisha. A Sun Strike on the mark. It's not going to be enough damage. Not quite yet. An Essence Ring gives him the extra boost. He's got a Burrow Strike up in a second. 33 tries to go for the kill, and he got it.
What?
With the vacuum and a hit at the last second. They managed to get that one, and now a toss back. Though the Monkey King is here, and that is dangerous for Tundra. A nice toss away from Soxa, and Liquid just trying to continue the retreat here. BZM catching another, thanks to Cold Snap. Now the Ice Flow goes out with that Meteor on top of that one. The tanky Underlord is dead,
what
and
a tornado.
even more, the game is just completely flipped on a switch, and Tundra are now going to take the lead as they hunt down a 4th hero on Liquid Boxy with no more trees to be able to hide through. He will be run down. Liquid's lead just evaporates.
Completely gone in the blink of an eye. I felt what Liquid thought was a failed game top turned into another quick play to mid. Even without the Rupture, you're able to take the Sand King down with the final punch off the Darkseer. That was as close as it gets. Look towards Soxa. I mean, he has done this before. This is one of the things that won him his TI ring. on that previous Tundra squad. These guys know how to play around the support Tiny so damn well, and this guy is one of the best support Tinies to ever play this game. He will find the tossbacks, and he will outmaneuver you in the fight, and if you don't shut him down, if you don't commit big ults to bring this Tiny down, he's going to keep doing it over and over and over, and there isn't really a good reply to this style of gameplay that Liquid have, other than they jump Tundra first and they just force the fight in a situation where the Tiny has to go into the massive AoE that they have. If he's chasing you down one by one, Tundra are going to be really happy in that kind of situation.
The wave cutting continues. So Liquid get 5 heroes back up, but they can't really catch anybody on the side of Tundra. Chrysalis now has a BKB, so not nearly the same kind of threat. He can play a bit more aggressively out on the map, and obviously he's a much bigger threat. Good catch, though, from Boxy. Finds Toby once again. Glimmer Cape, but they have some dust.
Perfect game for Mickey continues. 6-0.
It just means he's worth a lot of gold when he dies.
Yeah, he really... it does feel like if the Monkey King goes down in this game, it's going to be a big net worth swing with what happens on the map. Nonetheless, Liquid continuing to scale up. They have the Underlord Ags. There's the BKB on the Sand King. I mean, they're ready to take the 5-on-5. The only thing you're really missing is that Nullifier.
He just got that BKB, so Soxa, well, he may have a shield rune, a guaranteed epicenter right in Soxa's face. He did get quite the reaction out of Liquid, though.
Yeah, that's Gate plus that BKB Epi. I could see Tundra trying to do something off this. I'll get thrown out. That's,
yeah, I guess so.
It's a tough break. Now look at Tundra smoked up, hunting around this power rune.
Blink away from Insania before Chrysalis can land that Rupture. Saberlight, he's not going to be as lucky. He gets ruptured and can't really stand still for long enough, especially with that Ice Flow coming in. Silvo with the Burrow Strike and the Wukong's command. Mickey and Nisha will try and fight this out. Nisha needs the extra help. Without the BKB, he will die to the magic damage. And the Wukong's command, Tundra just walked out of it rather easily. Mickey, they're trying to spot him here, but he's jumped into the trees, and he is out. But another team fight that Tundra walks away the better for it.
And look at the damage coming out from this Bloodseeker, 5,000. I thought they were going to have issues ramping him up, but he's just going to ramp himself up. Run in, get a good Rupture target on one of these big boys, and just run him down. You can't TP out unless you have BKB because of all the control from the tiny Darkseer Invoker. So once you're Ruptured, it's just a man fight. And honestly, this Monkey King is not doing enough damage with this build to threaten the Bloodseeker in that man fight. Another nice team fight win for Tundra. They'll claim an Aegis here, continue to push towards the Bloodseeker Ags. And that is a powerful Aegis in this game. Even if you don't get a lot done with the Aegis itself, it can wear through a couple ults. It can wear through a Wukong duration, end up winning you the fight just by forcing spells out of Liquid. Little rat action here, but I think Tundra are feeling a lot more comfortable in this game once they started taking the fight to Liquid, just playing off the strength of this tiny initiation. And now they have Crimson plus Pipe from this Darkseer to back up the team fight.
Hey, I love that two different successful plays off of making a go and getting a BKB out of Liquid, and then immediately smoking and going again, right? Saying that these heroes are too reliant on the BKB, they can't win a fight, right? If Monkey King doesn't have his BKB, then he is potentially food for this Bloodseeker and this Invoker. Found Insania this time, he's not going to be able to get off the blink. Nisha once again trying to make his initiation onto this Invoker. The damage, a lot of auras, it's wearing through them bit by bit. Oh, big damage from Mickey. That'll make the big difference. Chrysalis is committing for the kill on Tanisha, and he will have him here full vision. Meanwhile, a great wall vacuum there. 33 pulls him back into the wall, and Chrysalis playing the outskirts of this Wukong's command. Saberlight, he's not making it out. There's no way he can outrun this Bloodseeker. But the Monkey King, he can get away with the shard, but he is the only one of Liquid to make it out of that team fight alive.
Pugna did so much work at the start of that. He healed so much damage, it forces the Monkey King to commit onto the Invoker as well as everything from the Sand King's kit. Forces an overextension. Once more, Crystallis able to output the big damage and clean the fight up. This Bloodseeker doing so much work in this game. You can always throw Alacrity on this guy later. Like, there's a decent amount of buffs.
Yeah, and he didn't even have the Aghanim Scepter for that fight.
It's just going to get worse here.
He's going to get Ags and he buys out the shard.
a lot of extra damage, a lot of extra sustainability as well when you're taking these man fights. You get Basher, you can absolutely just take the fight to the Man King here, or the Monkey King, even in the Wukong.
Yeah, for sure. And T makes short work of the Underlord because it's percentage-based damage.
Really good against this these two strength heroes on the front line.
Yeah.
This game is starting to spiral for Liquid. They need a team fight win the next 5 minutes or so here. Because again, they're in this valley in that mid game where their lineup is very magic damage heavy. They also lost the nullifier delivery to the Monkey King in the middle of that fight.
Oh, that's...
So I'm not sure it would have affected the fight if he had gotten it because it was near the end, but that's your nullifier timing that you didn't get a fight out of right when you got it. Instead, you got dragged into a fight right before it.
Yeah.
Just stings a little. As great a game as Mickey has had, he's just not been able to drag the rest of the team into these team fight victories.
I love how relentless Tundra is on the pressure. Saksa, he's looking for a hero that he can blink inside the base and get a toss back. If Saberlight's not careful, he'll get tossed back into a rupture.
It's so scary to show on these helmet doms because you start killing one of these random helmet dominators, if a smoke's coming through, if Sox is in the area, he's going to combo toss you into the team. You're just dead. So some of these creeps are pretty scary to go out and kill, and I think they had Alpha Wolf Aura in that fight as well. Yet another buff for this Bloodseeker as he goes in. It just feels like Crystallis has way more punch behind him than Mickey has right now.
I mean, it's what you said is true. It's just build your own Wraith Pact. Put all the pieces together. Here comes that epicenter. More drops.
This could be a setup.
This could be a two-man. Oh, they dropped
that tornado.
They got him. Tornado tosses up Nisha and allows the Invoker to walk away from the epicenter.
It's a lot expended out of Liquid. It could be another situation where Tundra try and chase.
Yeah, they got to TP away. They got to get away from this Bloodseeker.
That was a ridiculous tornado. Did get the BKB off anyway, but...
Oh, Nisha. He still has BKB and you know,
yeah, he can't
there's
die
nothing
here.
that can get through that, but just getting it, yet another BKB out of Liquid.
Oh yeah, Tundra they're absolutely fine starting the fight and forcing spells out of Liquid, even maybe at the cost of one hero.
Yeah.
If it sets that fight up for the rest of their course.
Again, with the time Saksa went in, right?
Yep. If the damage dealers between the Bloodseeker and Invoker are not getting jumped, the fight is unlikely to go Liquid's way. They have to commit, and they have to commit hard on this back line. At least while Crystallis has Aegis, he's just not a target you can jump either. And you're looking at the damage ramp right now. It's a problem. A lot of defensive items coming out for Liquid. You know, you have Force Staff, you have Nullifier that's some damage, but it's, you know, little utility. You get a BKB for the Underlord, BKB for the Sand King. But where's the damage going to come from?
There's that Nullifier. Big burst damage. Oh, okay, they got it, sure. BKB instant teleport out. And it's actually close, man.
Yeah.
With the push that Chrysalis gets off that facet, he was doing some serious damage with that rupture.
And you are not going to be able to do that for long. The second this Basher comes out, again, Crystallis knows all these matchups. He knows the exact right itemization to help you power through some of these bad, you know, carry versus carry into the late game.
So when he does get the Basher, what is the answer for Liquid?
I mean, generally for Monkey King, it's going into that butterfly satanic type territory where you can stand your ground, or you're going for a refresher late game with double Wukong, double BKB. He's just nowhere near that. Got to look towards more scale on the Sand King, right? Like Nisha, he has to be your secondary damage dealer. Shiva's on him, will definitely help. Pushing towards that level 25 talent will definitely help. But you have to get here without losing too much more ground.
I mean, it just doesn't feel like his axe is doing that much whenever the Darkseer is in the fight, right? He pops Pipe, he pops Crimson Guard. A lot of that Stinger damage is being blocked.
Somebody gets decrept. There's
magic damage. Yeah,
there's a heal going off. Invoker BKBs and Ghost walks away. I agree. It's hard for the Sand King to connect damage in this game.
It just doesn't look like it's going to be a threat until he gets to maybe 25, where he gets all those extra pulses, and that is obviously a long ways away.
Disruptor Ags might help a bit. Because then at least when you initiate, you go in, you start putting this damage out, you lock people in an Ag Static Storm, that is a way longer window to capitalize on the control.
Insanity. Oh, another blink away from an avalanche. Insania trying to control Soxa. Tossed together. A bouncer
strike.
strike that hits on two, and they had a Static Storm outside. With the Wukong's command, they surround the Tiny, but once again, Nisha goes in with his epicenter, and Chrysalis feasts on him. And now Liquid again have to retreat after killing one hero. It's just not good enough. They do not break Tundra, and Tundra, stronger than Liquid is in a 4 versus 4.
They're
Actually thinking about going back into Chrysalis.
There's no
Chrysalis,
BKB.
they're going to catch him on the bushwhack. Oh no, Chrysalis, he went too far forward. The heal's coming out from Toby, though, are doing wonders for him. A long glimpse back, though, into the... Oh, Chrysalis. Dude, things had been going so well for Tundra, he thought they could just keep pushing forward.
What a read from Mickey. Knows they have glimpse to draw him back, knows the Nullifier is going to do some serious work here. Even through the Pugna heal, you have the numbers, you have the advantage. And finally, they get this Bloodseeker down.
And
just
now he's
as he
got
had that
Scotty.
Basher delivered.
Now he's got Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor like you talked about.
Big overstep there from Tundra as they got another teamfight win, but then threw it away. And there is your Disruptor Ags.
Massive.
Little extra gold off that kill, pushes you over the edge.
He can
Really
Whisper
nice
the Dread
timing.
if he wants to. It's not, you know, it's a decent damage upgrade.
Insania's. He's arguably had the best game of anybody here on Liquid.
Seriously.
Outside of maybe Mickey, who had that incredible start, but he has been there time and time again for those glimpse kills. He has found an incredibly fast Ags. He's 5'3" and 12.
I mean, he's the oldest player at TI.
It's true.
And he's having reactions like he's 21 years old again.
Suspicious.
Of course you would say that. I think it's pretty cool to see because I know Insania once said that in a way he regrets that his peak as a player he feels was long ago. You know, back in the Haunt days, he felt like he was the best player. And now, you know, he's on a team with all these superstars like Nisha, right? And, you know, he wishes that he was still, you know, like he still was his best self. But now, showing up at TI with the quick blink reactions, he's doing some decent amount of work.
Listen, brother, you won TI last year. I think you're doing fine in being your best self. And looking to make another run at it. That Scotty is done. Shield rune on the
Shield
monkey.
rune. This is dangerous, especially
this
BTM's the
setup.
one to be caught inside the Static Storm. 33 will try and bail it out, but that vacuum, it doesn't make a difference. Saberlight, you don't need to go back through that gate. He can just keep pushing forward, build up that damage. 3 go down on the side of Tundra, but the buyback's coming out. They want to
Triple
play the
buy.
second salvo with this team fight. They say Liquid, that's everything they've got, and they have nothing to stop our carry, who's now chasing after Saberlight. Get a bash on him. That's going to be one down. Bushwhack just stalls it up a little bit. Now a pin. Saberlight's not dead yet, but he also doesn't have a TP to get away.
He will go down
Bloodright,
here.
he's going to tag him. They've got vision. He's not getting out. But for the number of buybacks Tundra used, they wanted more than just an Underlord.
Crystal is doing all the damage again. That is Tundra just running straight into the Liquid trap. Beautiful positioning. Monkey King from the trees gives you everything you need there. That's a nightmare team fight for Tundra. Exactly what they don't want to have happen. Clump into the AoE, lose your Invoker early. Buyback salvage it a little, but at an expensive cost.
I think the power spike, you know, swinging Liquid's way, I think it's really bad. The Invoker is the one to die because I think it swings back into Tundra's favor when he gets that Scythe of Bias, right? Then
Scythe is
you've
big.
got something to you know, 100-0 the Monkey King potentially. If you see him, you catch him before he beat KBs.
But nothing bails you out of a situation like that.
That's
you
true.
get stunned on 2 heroes and Static Storm on top. This Disruptor can always blink, do it instantly.
Yeah,
just
he's
done.
thinking about Eon Disc, but you have a Nullifier already.
Right, I don't even think it bails you out of that situation. They
No,
have
it
hit to
doesn't.
throw in. You get Boundless struck. You're not getting out of this Static Storm bar. Some crazy like 4 staff plays without Nullifier coming through or something. You just cannot get caught in that type of situation. At the same time, Liquid, they're going to look for that every time. They're going to plant this monkey in a tree. They're going to play around an Observer Ward. They're going to try and bait you into a situation where you have to go into them.
Under attack.
And Soxa doesn't have enough information to get the jump. That's a big factor that has changed this game in the last 10 minutes. Liquid have limited Tundra's information going into the team fights. They're not giving up easy toss connections for Soxa. The only hero you've seen on the map in some of these times has been Saberlight on the Underlord, who's just going to play in a safe area, deal with the lanes, connect to the team. Toby trying to break on the high ground.
Oh,
33.
Tundra, they're going to break this and to get the blink away. Oh, and the gate comes in. Of course, it's blind, but doesn't actually hit any hero from Tundra. Still
Static
got the
Storm
Static Storm
caught
onto 2.
A sick connection.
Gonna be Chrysalis. They've got to focus down this Bloodseeker now before he can get off BKB. Gets off the BKB, gets off the Rusher, jumps it back around, and he brings down Nisha. Now the heal up, and now we can focus on Saberlight. Here comes Mickey though, with a nullifier on him, a boundless strike over the side. The team trying to bail him out. Chrysalis fighting for his life to get a kill out of here. He will go down,
that
but
meteor.
they can still win this. He's gonna buy back, and Liquid are low. They can't survive a second salvo again. It's going to be Tundra using the buybacks to make sure Liquid cannot outright walk away with the victory.
Oh, bots to a creep wave in the river, just trying to catch anybody on the backside of that fight. BZM did so much work there.
And it will ensure that they get Roshan. Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Roshan counts for a huge amount in this game. It's worth the buybacks. It's such a tough fight for Liquid. I mean, what a grab from Insania. You lock 2 heroes, including this Bloodseeker, in the Static Storm. Unfortunately, the jump follow-up was not there fast enough to kill him before he got BKB off at the end of the Static Storm expiration. That hurt Liquid a lot in that fight. If it's like 1 second faster, it's a very different scenario. Still a great find. You force some buybacks out of Tundra. You trade out the Aegis for it. At least it was only Aegis banner. You're not giving up, one of the big items on top of that. It's another technical teamfight win for Tundra. A lot better positioning, holding that high ground. Really tough to go into that high ground on the outpost. Like, that is just going to be a tough fight no matter what. And there is the Hex for the Invoker. Dead even game. Less than 1k advantage. All these heroes are now going to... You got to look towards refreshers. You got to look towards those 25 talents. Like, that's what's going to change some of these team fights.
Yeah, what is the biggest 25 talent that is coming up?
I mean, the Monkey Kings is huge.
I think the Monkey King has got to be the
Sand
biggest.
King would be the next for me.
Yes.
But a lot of these heroes have some extra damage that's going to come out. But those are the 2 biggest ones for me. Also, who got the Monkey King kill, right? That was worth a lot of gold. First death for Mickey. It was BZM who actually got it. That's a 2,000 gold kill. He got 1,100 off that streak. So that's what finished up that site. That's why it came out so fast. Because he had the buyback earlier, hurt his economy. Well, guess what? Here's an 11-0 Monkey King to push you right back up. That's influential here. Like, that's probably the hero you would want it on if you're Tundra.
Crippling crossbow. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, Blood Right.
Just who Blood Right.
And the Timeless. I mean, of course, man, of course. We would roll this in pubs 100 times. You'd never get that, but the man's a professional for the reason.
Times.
Okay.
I don't
There's
think
another
that's
Blood
how
Right.
the RNG works, but sure.
I'll tell you, I would roll that 100 times. I would never get that.
Yeah, but that's because God hates you, so.
Wow. I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
2,000 net worth lead, an extremely even game, and I'm not really sure. Like, I agree with you. The most important talents, 25 talents that are coming up, are on the Liquid side, but I'm not convinced that they are actually...
I mean, 2 Rupture Charges is also worth mentioning.
Yes.
Because that is an incredibly powerful talent. I just think the other ones change the fight dynamic a little more. It could absolutely win Tundra a fight if you can get 2 off on like big core targets. Just the damage pump alone.
The other 2 are
some work.
instantly impactful. 2 Rupture Charges are, usually not having immediate impact, right?
I'd say it's close. I think the Monkey Ring changes the dynamic of fights a lot, particularly if you're around Roche, you just plan it. I think the Sand King talent also, just the damage ramp on that is insane. It's not really comparable.
What about if we're going to be talking about refreshers for late game, which is kind of the MO of modern era Dota? Which refreshers do you think are the strongest? Because if you get 2 Rupture Charges, you get a refresher on top of that.
Yeah,
you're
4
rupturing
ruptures.
the entire team.
It's definitely good. Just double BKB on Bloodseeker as well is super powerful. Crystallis' refresher, amazing in this game. The Sand King refresher will be amazing. The Monkey King refresher, if he eventually gets it here, will also be amazing. Those are the 3 big ones for me. And of course, there is Invoker, who can also go for that item in the late game. You just double Hex, double Meteor Blast.
Yes.
Someone is out of the fight. There's a lot of scaling late game power in this game.
He did offer the Aeon Disc. We'll see if he gets to use it.
This is a mixed bag for me. Like, it could pay off if there's no Static Storm. If there's a Static Storm plus Nullifier, things get really weird.
I mean, he is the last person you want inside the Static Storm.
He should not get jumped and put in the Static Storm.
Right, like I feel like
should
it's almost more acceptable for Chrysalis being that Static Storm than BZM.
If he has an Aegis, yes. If he doesn't, you better hope you have buyback.
And that is something that Tundra do not have for many of their heroes for at least another 40 seconds. But thanks to this Aegis, it has allowed them to weather through this timing. And all they'll be left with is about 2 minutes where the Bloodseeker does not have buyback. So Liquid, do you anticipate that they're going to get super aggro once that Aegis expires and try and abuse that timing? Or do you think a slower game favors them?
I think they want more scale in the Sand King. I mean, at this point, you're not tempoing out this game, right? We're long past the point where that's happening. You have to think about buybacks. You have to think about Roshan and setting up the fight properly. Like, you're not in a rush. Tundra have a lot of sustain now. You just got a BKB on this support Tiny.
We're talking about 25s, but Saksa did get an important talent. It's a level 21. The toss requires no target.
Pretty nice.
Considering how efficient he has been with his blink tossbacks.
They're just building BKBs and Aeon Discs. Like, that seems to be the go-to for them. I was curious if maybe they'd go for a Wind Waker or something like that, try and bail the hero that gets jumped out, but it doesn't seem that that's the course they're taking. Just kind of every man for themselves. Just survive as long as you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you only
There's
have one...
another Blood Right.
If you only have one Nullifier, glimpse back on Saksa, he has to use his BKB.
Mickey in the tree. Has Refresher. Got the Giant's Maul as well. Super powerful tier 4 items for Liquid across the board. I mean, they got triple Blood Right with an Outworld Staff Maul in their carry. That is some juice right there when you're playing this big AoE lineup.
Yeah.
And now you have double Wukong, double level 25 Wukong. A nightmare to fight into if you cannot bring this Monkey King down early.
And at the same time, Chrysalis has his 25 with the Refresher. 4 Rupture charges. It's all about who makes the initiation, and both teams know that. 10-man smoke. Nobody is showing on the map right now.
There was a courier on the shop with a Refresher recipe. BZM chose not to kill it. Because he does not want to give up the map position.
Oh, now
he's looking for it now. Yeah, he knew it was there. He just didn't want to show with his real hero. And for good reason. I mean, these smokes can be coming through from at any point, and it is. It's coming from the bottom right. This might not be an angle Tundra expect right now.
Oh, especially BZM's want to be caught, but BZM very smart. Just throws Forge Spirits, gives it a little bit of extra buff with the Alacrity.
Liquid know Tundra are here, though. There's enough information to go off of.
But, I mean, you know they're up there, and I think Tundra now know you're down here. And look at 33. He's positioned right up perfectly in this high ground situation to break this smoke and maybe get a really sick vacuum wall.
Tundra can send units down mid.
Yeah, force Liquid to TP back.
Either force them to TP back and show, or force them to make the move into them. And this is the correct maneuver in this situation. There's also an amp damage in the river if it gets spotted. There is currently Radiant Ward on it only. And I think Chrysalis is going to go
with
gobble it up.
Alacrity on a Siege Wagon, you can't ignore this.
Nope. It's a lot of tower damage. It's just melting.
Yeah. Like you killed all the creeps except for the Siege Wagon that had the Alacrity, and it almost 100 to zeros your building.
Ion Shell creep cut the bottom wave as well. You can't extract the same map pressure.
And it's not like Saberlight, he can't do anything about this. The moment he walks forward, he might get tossed back. And that's exactly what Saksa looks to do, and he got him. Gets a toss back. Saberlight gonna be ruptured outside the base. Not good for him. He doesn't have a TP to just go away. They do manage to get a glimpse. What a vacuum! 33 with a gigantic hit against his former team. Gets right in the middle of all of them. Takes 2 out inside that vacuum. Nisha does what he can to kill Saksa, but once again, it's Epicenter to get 1 kill. 33. He did so much, but he has been abandoned inside the base. They were blocked out by Nisha, and now it's Liquid's turn. They are on the defensive side. They're the ones to use the buybacks, and Tundra will retreat.
Like you said, you cannot go up and clear those catapults. At the same time, somebody has to go up and clear them. It was Saberlight, the sacrificial lamb, but he paid a massive price. He dies, TP's back in, gets killed again. Very expensive double death for him as Liquid just hold the base off the power of the Wukong and the Refreshers, but not a fight they're happy with. That was a absolutely massive vacuum wall. Hit 4.
Yeah.
Just debilitating. The second that landed, it's pure chaos for Liquid.
But the only reason Liquid didn't get completely wiped in that situation is Nisha made his own jump, and it drew so much of Tundra's attention. And he was actually able to keep from dying by Burrow striking back into the base.
It's just such an awkward situation with the Rupture on the Underlord. You want to go help him. You get caught in a 4-man vacuum. You have to throw out the Static Storm defensively, which means a lot of these heroes can play around with it. And the second all of that happens, Invoker has a free fight. Bloodseeker has a free fight. Just a beautiful jump from 33, even if it ends up costing him a little bit. That's exactly what you want to see here. And Tundra, they'll get out of there with the double buyback. Happy with that exchange. Doesn't break the base, but
no,
some serious damage.
Not a huge net worth swing, but it does put Liquid in a very dangerous position where they are going to try and contest this next Roshan and will not have the buybacks.
Yeah, they're big buybacks too. That's an Ag Static Storm that you need in the fight, and that's an Underlord who could potentially have 2 lives in the fight off of that buyback.
Which pretty much means like there's no way Liquid can let Tundra make the initiation again.
No. You really have to watch for these tosses. You did get to 25 on the Sand King that we mentioned, so he has the Epicenter pulses with the Refresher, with the Blood Right. This is a nasty amount of damage if you can get the double combo off. And Daedalus for Monkey will also help. So that damage Valley Liquid were in for a long time, they've pushed past it. They're now scaling in that late game. They have the DPS if they can land it, especially if they can lock heroes into the Static Storm on top of whatever stun is the initiator.
Are they actually going to be able to burst down heroes against double Aeon Disc, against a Decrepify, heals from Toby, against even the tankiness of the Tiny?
But you have to lock him in the cage. It can't be a I'm chasing this guy down scenario, right? You got to lock him in there and punch hard. The thing is, Tundra are, if they're smart about this game, they should not be clumping to go in on the first target they see, right? Throw out the Rupture, throw some spells into him, drop a Meteor, throw out a Tornado, put Forge Spirits on the guy. Do not clump yourself, and then look for that opening off of the Tiny. If you get the Vacuum like we saw, sure, you take that. But it's most likely this toss that's going to break the formation.
Again, Saberlight is showing somewhere. No buyback. But it's not a place that Tundra is willing to venture into.
The thing is, somebody is going to likely have to show for Liquid unless they get a crazy smoke wrap.
Yeah.
And the only person you want getting jumped in this game is that Underlord.
Is it that acceptable, though, when he doesn't have buyback? The other heroes, some
tough.
Heroes do.
It's tough. You can maybe bail him out quickly, but you cannot show the other 2 cores. They are all of your damage in the fight. You need maximum potential out of this Sand King, Monkey King, so they just cannot get jumped. Now you can jump first.
Look at this, move forward. Ward Sentry placed. There's BCM, they spotted. They got the Burrow Strike, they got the Bushwhack. The does go off. Soxa, can he help him out? A BKB goes out from BCM.
He got out of there.
He's gonna drop the Wukong command, and BCM is able to get away. The Glimpse, it doesn't quite hit. And 33 is chasing away these heroes. Mickey, he pops a Nullifier. He dodges away into the changing of the guard, and now we focus on killing his former captain, trying to bring down 33 inside of the middle of this one, but here comes Chrysalis, and he is dicing up this Monkey King. Another Epicenter comes through, going after, there goes the Pugna. He's gonna go down first. The Epicenter is wearing down BZM as well. They just need a little bit more damage, and Isha can't get it. He's got a BKB TP out. The rest of Liquid are in full retreat, and Tundra win another one.
That's a Monkey King buyback, but all Mickey can do is watch his team die from the tree line. The damage out of the Bloodseeker in this game has just been disgusting. That is a quad Rupture fight, as he is just running through everybody with a Pyrrhic Cloak on top of it. Nobody is stopping him. All of the focus is on the spellcasters, on the utility, getting this Invoker out of the fight.
Soxa, a toss back, a big one onto Insania. Want to take this Static Storm out of the equation for a full minute and a half. A Nullifier placed on. They're going to turn back around, do a little damage to the 33, but there's just retreat. But Boxy, he's going to be caught in the trees. BZM, he nails him. Tornado, Ice Blow, Meteor, and Outworld Staff will only delay the inevitable. Death is on its way for the other support of Liquid. They are both out with no buybacks, and Tundra straight into the base.
This is going to be Megas unless you can rally something here.
You already used all your ultimates earlier. You used all your Epicenter refreshers from before.
You do not have a lot in the tank.
You basically only have the Monkey King for this defense, and you may not have Saberlight's Underlord either, as he's going to be tossed back into the Bloodseeker once again.
Refresh into death. You can't refresh your buyback. Another one down. This should be a throne call for Tundra. You have Sand King buyback, but you only have one
Nisha
epi.
and Mickey, one more epicenter. They make the jump. They hit Chrysalis. They all in fourth. The Wukong's command, but
not
it's just not enough. A nullifier, but BKB to Crepify and heals. Once again, Toby makes a massive difference with his Pugna. Now you don't have the epicenter. Now you don't have the Wukong's command. You've got absolutely nothing to hold your base. Liquid are run out of their own Ancient, and Tundra will take it easily. A game 1 victory. They'll finish it up by killing Nisha just one more time. A team wipe to end things.
What a game from them. That felt very sleepy at the start. Some questions of, is this Tundra going to be able to find the coordination? There's maybe going to be some predictions decimated either way. I think both these teams people would have put in the top 3, 4, 6, stand-ins, whatever.
I think many people may have had Tundra doing better at TI, especially midway through the season where Tundra was just killing it. But they did seem to fall off just a bit before this tournament. And this matchup specifically is one that's plagued them since going back to the last time the 33 was on Tundra. The matchup that Liquid very often did walk away the victors, but now they're just one game away from getting the victory over their old nemesis in Liquid. And of course, 33 beating his former team. Soxa breaking a smoke and getting good vision of what's happening here. Liquid already not doing quite as well as they did in game 1, where they managed to use that smoke to find the early first blood. And they kind of need that early advantage because the panel was talking about there's potential for a lot of shenanigans here in this laning phase.
Big question, will they put the Sand King against the Enigma, try and dodge this Faceless Void Bane lane? But it looks like the answer is no. Looks like Tundra's just going to play it straight up. They have confidence enough in the Monkey King pick going mid, giving them enough tempo with the matchup against the Primal Beast. But this is an auto lose lane. Void Bane does not beat Enigma. Like, I don't care how well you play it. It's just not doable. Of course, you can always throw, but barring some crazy shenanigans like that, this is going to be a dominating lane for Liquid. This Marcy lane looks pretty strong as well. They're even going to pseudo tri-lane it at the start because they know how powerful this Enigma is versus the lack of Eidolon clear. Looking for an early first blood.
Disruption. We're going to see Soxa try and help himself here with the Bushwhack, but of course there's still 2 supports that are going to run him down. So Liquid still walk away with the first blood. This one goes to Insania, 33, who opted not to show in lane because I think he knew something like this was possible. I thought he was going to grab the creep wave from behind the tower, but
lost his courier too.
Yeah, that's
a tough start for Tundra in this off lane, which I think was already going to be a little bit of a tough lane.
Yeah, every single time. Ooh, Bushwhack misses there. Again, Tundra with some early whiffs on their abilities, though it didn't stop them from still getting the victory in game 1, as it seemed that their fight was inevitable. Burrow strike back in, 33, but he still has the stick charges. One more hit from Insania. That innate starts building up, and now it's going to start building up on Soxa too, though he has his own innate. One of those hits is already missed, thanks to the tree taking the hit instead. So, trading out cores in the bottom lane. This is certainly going to be a lot of battling. Also a question of, talking about lane shenanigans, what about the shenanigans in mid lane? Because we have the Monkey King, the counter pick here, against Nisha's Primal Beast. Is Nisha going to do his best Maureen impression? Well, leave lane early, start back laning? What do you do here?
He did go the early boots, but he is just getting destroyed in this one-on-one. You're seeing the reaction here. This is not the start he wanted. He's going to have to do some back laning. Like, there's no way he can continue to play this straight up with the start BZM has had on that CS chart.
Frankly, I think Nisha is just not comfortable with that kind of play.
No, it's not his style.
I think he likes laning straight up. He does not like having to do weird, cheesy stuff like that.
I agree. It's not his MO. It doesn't use his exact strengths as a player, right? You'd rather have him just beating someone mid, taking it straight to him, but he has no choice here. Those early waves were a disaster.
Second go around. Insania trying to cut through the trees, will not be able to juke out Soxa. His aim is true and finds a second kill for Tundra. No trade out this time.
Liquid had that first blood, but Tundra are getting the better of Liquid in this laning phase of game 2. I mean, this is going to be an absolute free farm mid Monkey King. The Void surviving top for now. That's the lane that will go bad for Tundra over time. But if these other two go well enough to make up for it, that's a lane
back in
phase
the
win.
tower. Did not quite get in range of the tower. They got to be careful fighting into all of these Eidolons. One stun is all it takes. Chrysalis hoping that he gets enough to, trade off a kill. It's just clearly not going to happen. This is the one lane that will go very well for the Enigma. You said it at the start. There's just simply no way for them to win.
Yeah, no shot. You're looking to get as much as you can before you have to abandon. Eidolons are going to be strong in this game. Eventually, you can rotate some other heroes into this Enigma, maybe gank him or deal with him, but...
Well, that's also the danger for Tundra's offlane, right? If Saberlight is having good enough time, Boxy can leave him alone and go to that safe lane.
I mean, you can rotate Boxy to gank other lanes, and you can also rotate heroes into this Enigma lane if it starts to push in, especially around the level 3 Eidolons, and just destroy who's ever lingering there. That's another big option for Liquid, which they love that move.
What on earth? There's a mango on the ground.
Well, so far, this Monkey King last pick has done its job. 24-12 to the 9-0. Is well ahead in net worth as well. He's a full level ahead. This is pretty brutal. And this is a mid hero in this monkey that he can go top and kill Enigma, right? He can go bottom and skew that lane. He has options to use this advantage.
Oh, nice body blocking there. Beautiful micro there from Saberlight. The cookie on one of the Eidolons gets in front of the Bane and then continues to body block him, ensuring the kill.
Little glyph on the trample, just making Nisha's life even more miserable. I mean, Primal is a hero that can function from a sacrificial position. His spells are powerful. You can always make up for it in the team fights. But he does have a lot of stunts to go into, and is generally not the kind of lineup Primal has fun playing into without a BKB. Even BKB this game, you're up against Grip and Chrono.
Considering the fact that net worth actually seems to be pretty even, 33 Burrow Strike.
Man,
nice read, holding on to the Burrow Strike there, but there's still the disruption, and there's still a Blood Grenade. Insania brought another one of those little bit of utilities. Yeah, he does have a Lotus, and they realize that they will not go for the kill. Insania is actually going to drop pretty low here, trying to get him with the Bushwhack, not required. Blood Grenade will finish him off.
And Sox is having himself a series. Salvage that mid-game in game 1 with the tiny and 3-1 start here for the Hoodwink, breaking that early smoke, giving 33 a much easier time on this lane with some small outplays.
Yeah, there's a reason why 33 left Liquid. And it was because he wanted to rejoin his old teammate in Soxa, right?
Austin, they left each other. It was a mutual party.
Sure it was. Cookie will force Chrysalis to use the time walk defensively with Creep Wave under tower. So, even net worth, who would you rather be on this side? Would you rather have a Primal Beast get sacrificed or a Faceless Void and a Bane?
Considering the draft, I think the Faceless Void having a slow start is fine for Tundra. Like, I would rather have the Primal have a better start. That said, I think Liquid were always going to win this laning phase, just based on the setup. So if you're Tundra, you're trying to limit the damage, right? Like, I don't think you're going into this first 10 minutes expecting to have a lead out of that. You're expecting Liquid to pull ahead, particularly because of the core matchups. Just trying to extract little wins. And if you can extract more from this lane,
big kill.
This is really going to compound the problem. Again, that XP differential between these two mids, the amount of net worth BZM has gotten here, he can translate this into other lane wins around the map. That's the big concern if you're Liquid. You're doing fine on the side lanes. You're winning those. What happens when this Monkey King, who's already almost level 7, shows up? Can you take that fight?
With an Orb of Frost, an Orb of Blight, and Power Treads.
And look at this Wisdom Shrine, 7 minutes. It's a classic Monkey King rotation. He wants it, or he just wants to ruin Nisha's entire career here. I mean, this is...
Yeah, it's usually the MO of these Monkey Kings to just try and Wukong's command on the Wisdom Shrine. Insania tries to sneak it because I think they were afraid of the Monkey King controlling their own Wisdom Shrine, so they had to make a play somewhere else. But BZM, he tricked it out. Nisha, he's just going to be shut out of this laning phase entirely. It will still be a 2-2 split, but it forced the Enigma to go back into lane, so it gave Chrysalis actually a lane or two to play with.
Really interesting he didn't go for that Wisdom Shrine with this. I think that would have been the automatic play for a lot of teams. Maybe Tundra doesn't always play that tempo style, but there's also a possibility he felt if he goes up there, he's going to get outnumbered because his safe lane is the weakest lane in the game right now. Like, the Void Bane cannot help you fight that Wisdom Shrine at all. So it's just him versus Enigma Eidolons plus Snap, maybe a TP in, and then if you die there, You throw all this momentum.
And you're not guaranteed to get into that position in the first place, right? It's because Monkey King can tree cross across the map, right, that he gets there in the first place. But if you're spotted and you get, like, cookied, or maybe, you know, we know Saberlight doesn't have it, but maybe he has Midnight Pulse,
yeah,
which
later
is
on in the game,
problem to
there's
consider.
some tree cuts. I kind of like that decision. Yeah, the more I think about it. I think it was the disciplined choice.
Nisha gets away before both the Boundless Strike and the Bushwhack can stop him there. He gets caught, he dies. It's pretty far outside of any sort of TP area. Meanwhile, Mickey, with the help of his Helma Dom creep, almost gets the kill on 33. May still get the kill. Oh, the Pine Cone will run him down.
That's not the thing you want to die to, but sometimes it gets the job done. Helma Dominator paying off. Mickey just farming the wave. And honestly, I mean, Nisha is recovering here. Like, if he gets to creep cut, if he gets to pull it to camps, his hero farms incredibly fast.
Saberlight, he's going to get 6 off of this. What a sick move. That was one hell of a read. It was a level 5 Enigma, but they made the disruption play knowing they were going to kill the range creep to get 6. And that would set up the black hole. Nisha almost dies to the duo of BZM and Toby, but he does manage to get away ever so barely. Once again, BZM, this primal beast, he's an endangered species out here. He's just being hunted down nonstop.
But no momentum for the Monkey King. No kill connection there. You get the black hole on the Faceless Void. It's exactly what you want in this matchup. And Nisha gets to continue to farm. This is a very good sequence for Liquid. This is going to start to build the lead out of this laning phase. Not much Tundra can do about it at this point. Their supports are just not strong enough to combat how strong these cores are on the lane. Can stack, however. Decent stack on the triangle for 33. I mean, this guy will always find some net worth.
Avery, last game, Liquid, no Helmet Doms. This time around, they're going to have 2 Helmet Doms to the 1 on the side of Tundra.
So they won.
So is that enough to win?
That's the meta.
Is that enough to push us to a game 3? Primal's going to join this top lane, which is the strongest lane for Liquid. Primal Beast is a hero that needs to accelerate through kills, so best to play to wherever Saberlight is. He'll get the kill and get the tower.
I'm surprised Tundra are lingering up here at all. They plan to double ward up here as well, as if they're trying to fight or protect this safe lane, but there is no fighting or protecting this lane. Summons are way too good against their lineup early until Sand King and the Monkey can clear them out later on. Kind of have to just respect the strength of the Enigma here and not feed too much away to Saberlight in this early game. Bend but don't break right now as Liquid ramp up the pressure.
Yeah, you're not getting a power rune here. Monkey King on one side, Toby on the other. It's a regen rune for BZM.
And you really have to be careful about showing mid. Very high chance that Liquid make a smoke move or try and collapse on this lane with the Enigma backstab. They're going to try and smoke into it and catch Saberlight before that happens. Boxy breaking pathway here.
Yeah, well, he was. Now Saberlight's on the low ground. The smoke breaks on either side, but they've already jumped onto Saberlight. Look at oh, no, the cookie. It stopped the Wukong's command. Still, though, the Enigma is limping back and will not be able to escape.
That was the Croaker.
The Croaker?
Yeah, the Croaker ran over and tendrilled him.
That's funny.
That is quite annoying, but that's a huge smoke for Tundra. It's not just about getting Monkey King that kill, it's slowing the strongest hero on the map down, that Enigma. Looking for that backstab move around that tier 1. He gets killed, that whole play gets broken up. You buy a minute, maybe even a little bit more here on the map to keep farming up. Buys your other cores a lot of time. Liquid not happy about giving that up. Still in a good spot out of this laning phase, but they are looking to take that and snowball more straight back into mid. Not deterred at all, and for good reason. There is no protecting this tower.
Yeah, especially with the Monkey King. After that situation in TP bottom, I feel like the only way Tundra can ever fight Liquid right now is around that Monkey King. Around his Wukong's command, but
it's just such a fast lineup for Liquid. It feels like they went back to their MO in this game too and said, we don't want to be stuck in some late game ultra greed fest with late game refreshers and all this nonsense. We're just going to win lanes, 8 towers, tempo you out of the map, have a really fast carry that is going to come online faster than the greed you've gone for, and there is your third tier 1 down before the 12-minute mark.
And we're going to use Helmet Doms the way Gaben intended.
Yes.
To push towers instead of as a Hand of Midas that rats the map every once in a while. Primal Beast surrounded, tries to go for a charge away. That'll limit the epicenter damage. Crystallis may see. Okay, never mind. Zox is on the other side. Once again,
Nice rotation.
Zox makes the difference.
Yep.
You do not have to expend Chronosphere.
3-1 and 4 for this Hoodwink. I mean, he is doing work to keep this early game together for Tundra right now. They do not have the playmaking or damage without him. Nikkei continuing to post up here, steal a lot of farm away from Tundra. This is where the Sand King would like to be playing, taking ancient stacks. Benefit of getting all those tier 1s down. I mean, they scan that triangle. It hits. What are you going to do about it? Are you actually going to run heroes in here and try and contest this? There's no way.
So it'll be a fast BKB. This will be a early BKB lineup for Liquid. One on the Marcy, the other on the Primal Beast.
There is counterplay to it with Grip and Chrono. Doesn't make you invincible in this game.
Quick grab from the Primal Beast. This is a combo, the first time we're going to see it, but Primal Beast plus Snapfire. Duo that I'm not sure if I've seen at this Road to TI, but has been kind of a mainstay ever since Primal Beast was brought into the game.
It's strong. All the abilities synergize really well, and that's a 3x streak. Got that squirrel off the map.
That's true.
Nice little bonus gold. Getting baited.
BZM getting baited in. Mickey tries to burst him down. BZM not having Shard. No way out of that situation. Toby, who was kind of shadowing his mid laner, will also die.
He got messed up by that Shadow Demon. 4 points in Disseminate. Maybe not expecting that build, but it chunked him.
And now it's the Wisdom Shrine, perhaps being taken by Liquid. Look at Crystallis, though. He wants to take it and do something with this positioning. I'm not sure what, though.
I mean, he doesn't do any damage here, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, Chronosphere into what? Insania will take the Wisdom Shrine. He will be run down at the same time. Is it worth it to give up a support to take the Wisdom Shrine?
14-minute one, yeah.
When does it no longer become worth it?
Probably around that 20. I think first and second are worth. Third is iffy. Fourth, you know, then you're in these mid-late games, like you give up a hero, you're maybe losing Roche, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of time on the map.
That one's worth it, though. He's only dead for like 20 seconds here. Creates a nice XP differential. You can continue to hunt these supports. This is still a level 6 Bane, right? Like, Toby is not getting experience in this game unless he can start finding some kills. And it's unlikely you're going to be able to do that consistently when you've lost a lot of your tier 1s early and your core heroes just need time to get damage online.
The duo of Helmet Dog Creeps pushing the bottom lane. They'll hunt down Saberlights, as that was the one that is more of a threat to these towers, with summoning the skeletons. A rally that they have.
Radiant are scanning.
TM can keep looking for kills, but it's just so hard to find them with the lack of information.
It's also not just the Helmet Doms, right? It is the aura advantage. This time, Liquid are going to have the aura advantage over Tundra. I think a rare thing to say.
That's true. 33 is not going to go utility here. He's trying to scale. I would love for Liquid to overextend into them right now. That's how they get a good fight. Liquid are just not biting the bait.
At 33, thinks he's spotted. Burr strikes out, blinks backwards, joins his main, and is smoke into mid lane behind BZM. Soon get a show. Cannot afford another death. He really needs that BKB.
Dire are scanning.
There's just nowhere to smoke to.
He backs out, but the map is getting suffocated here. Not too many places for Tundra to go.
That's really awkward for them. Their vision is all bottom right, but that tier 1 tower is still up. And it doesn't really see that much of Liquid's jungle or where they're farming. Their own jungle's dark. Having trouble getting the lanes in. Only the Monkey King really wants to show aggressively, and at this point he doesn't want to show anymore with Primal off the map.
Liquid does take a step back here to finish their first BKB. That's going to be Marcy completing hers. The Primal Beast still a ways away, which means that Toby's positioning is going to be so important because Mickey does a ton of damage, but he does have the counter to the BKB. He can stop this rampaging carry.
Just a standoff on this top lane. Nobody wants to show and get jumped.
I'm confused why Liquid is so...
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Trying to
attack.
wait for this pipe on Saberlight. I feel like they can't wait forever.
I agree. I feel like this is way too much time you're giving to Tundra. They have pushed
that
out
was
the
a
map
lot.
a lot. They pushed out top. BCM has been pushing out bottom. Chrysalis is getting farm in the jungle. They're going to give up a tower here. This move really needs to work for Liquid.
They are giving up a lot. They're just losing this tier 1 for free bottom.
And Tundra is even aware of what could be coming their way. They have a scan on the gate, but the scan might expire
Too early.
as Liquid come through. But they do have a ward that spots it. They should see the channeling. Yeah, they saw the channeling on the gate. Soxa puts himself in a position to break the smoke. And yeah, Tundra, they say, all right, this was a ton of space that we just got for ourselves. 33 is going to get greedy with it, though. He's going to try and stay on Liquid side of the map, and Nisha spots him. And 33 really doesn't have a way out of here. As long as Nisha can still track him, the kisses, it spots 33 once. He's going to go Sandstorm TP out. Oh, good read from Nisha. He couldn't see 33, but he gets a grab on the neutrals and gets the AoE slam to stop the teleport.
10-head play right there. I was looking at him. He had no detection for that entire sequence. Able to find him anyway. Has Onslaught to keep up.
Tower still dies, but at the hands of Mickey.
That was still a pretty big outmaneuver sequence.
Oh, there goes your TP. Sox just being a nuisance. If you can't get kills, he'll stop TPs.
I mean, that must have been a 2-minute smoke play effectively from Liquid.
Yeah.
They ran from mid to top through the gate, all the way to bottom left of the map to then chase the Sand King to another camp just to get that one kill. That is time for Crystallis to hit the jungle. Time for Monkey King to push some waves. Even the Hoodwink gets a little bit.
And frankly, it looked like Liquid was kind of playing like their old selves until that moment. Game just slowed down.
But now they have the pipe, they have the BKB Marcy, time to force the objectives, pick up the game pace here. This is going to give you your primal BKB as well. Very close to it for Nisha, and then it's green light across the board. You have everything you need to take fights in this game. You should be trying to find as many of them as you can get. Start pushing some of these tier 2s down.
When is Liquid in danger of the game going too late?
1 or 2 more deaths on Marcy are going to slow this game down a lot and hurt your scale. And if this game does go ultra late, I do favor Tundra. I mean, their Tricore is just terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Interesting scale, though. Like, Shadow Demon is a pretty big factor in almost any late game scenario. Black Hole.
I don't think Black Hole is going to be relevant, frankly.
It's a mixed
have
bag.
Way too many cancels.
Mixed bag, but in situations where you jump in Black Hole, Faceless Void +1 or something, I can see it doing some damage here. You don't need a lot of control for this Marcy to burst heroes.
Yeah, that's true. First Tormentor of the game and first Roshan of the game will both go Liquid's way. A shard for Insane.
Cleanse a little time dilation on somebody.
Yeah.
Not insignificant. Bonus heal.
Definitely out the Primal Beast when he charges in.
Yeah, it's very nice. But time to pick up the pace. Time to start getting these lanes in, hunting heroes, pressuring some towers with your summons, making someone show, kill that hero when they show. This type of sequencing would feel really good for Liquid right now because, man, it's just so hard to stop Tundra from finding farm on the map. Like, I don't think you're ever going to build a net worth lead against this team if nothing's happening. You just can't. They're too efficient. Maybe Falcons would disagree with that, but...
I was going to say, that's the other team that comes to mind.
But they build too much of a lead.
Apparently.
They're at the other end of that spectrum.
5-man smoke up.
Yeah, Strewn as well.
Tundra seems pretty rare. I mean, there's nobody showing on the map. They've got so many slippery heroes between the Monkey King, the Sand King, and the Hoodwink that can play out on the map. It makes it pretty obvious when Liquid go all the way back to their tier 3s to smoke and then run out on the map.
Yeah, I'm not... I mean, I get the idea, like, you just want to get the fight right now, but I think smoking with the entirety of the team is not the way you get that fight.
They will catch Soxa out of this. Requires Demonic Purge and 4 heroes showing from Liquid. Means Toby is going to see, okay, well, if they're over there, maybe I could take their Wisdom Shrine, and he is right about that. He offers them a high 5 as he takes it and TPs away.
You know, it's a kill Liquid connect on, but I don't think it's one they're happy about. It just doesn't feel efficient. These Dom creeps keep pushing in the waves against them.
Yeah, I think the helmet Dom creeps are being used more efficiently by Tundra.
It does feel that way.
When it comes to ratting the map.
Oh, for sure, for when ratting. Liquid's gotten a lot more value out of objectives. Like, you still have this tier 1 mid standing for Liquid. That's a pretty big boon.
I mean, I'm also adding in the fact that, like, when Liquid go for these 5-man smokes, all their lanes get pushed in, right?
Yep.
They don't have these helmet Dom creeps keeping the lanes in and keeping the map dark for Tundra.
Well, the Marcy has to play with hers to farm.
True.
The Enigma's been keeping his with the Eidolons.
He's just going to run too big. Burrow strike from 33 with a 2-man bushwhack to top it. Ooh. A perfect execution for a duel.
That just kind of got gifted to him out of nowhere. Here's a 2-man Burrow, 2-man kill. Boomerang on top of Sand King's damage. No joke. And that is more time. That is all Tundra want in this game. They just want time. Time to scale. Time to get that Faceless Void up the charts.
Hey, Aegis is almost expired already.
I think
Liquid have got nothing.
They lost net worth during this Aegis.
Yeah.
That is not the tempo Liquid we're looking for.
Yeah, be careful now. Have this ward on the high ground. They know you're up here.
You know, one of the factors as we're watching this game, thinking about Liquid's draft, their catch pretty limited. If the Primal didn't have a really good game,
that's true.
Like, he's the majority of the long-range catch in this lineup. Even here, you could shoot some long-range spells, but who is actually getting on top of these heroes?
He's getting into the trees, and once he's in the trees, he's gone.
Yeah, this just feels so bad, right? It's really only the Primal who is designed to set these kind of plays or ganks up. And because he had the worst laning phase, it took longer for Nisha to get online, and by the time he does, you're getting ratted by the Dominators. 33 is doing 33 things. There's a Hoodwink killing waves from the tree line. It's like, I've seen this stupid troll summoner go to Liquid's off lane at least 10 times this game, summon his Skelly boys, and laugh in their face, and nobody wants to go back and clean this up.
And the funny part is that Liquid did a good job of killing the helmet Dom creeps over and over and over again, and it still did its job.
It's just so effective this game, because if the Primal goes back, you lose that gank pressure. If the Marcy goes back, he's not stealing farm away from Tundra and creating an offensive presence. And the Enigma's a pretty slow hero around the map. Like, he's not going back to kill a Dom creep, right? It's just not happening.
And the supports can't kill them, usually, right? So
he gets the courier? Nope, he doesn't want the courier. I don't know if he would have gotten it there anyway. But summon some more boys. 3 waves.
And every once in a while, Liquid, they find a support. Who cares? Tundra is saying mission accomplished. Oh, and maybe a punish coming their way. This is the same area as the Shadow Demon Primal Beast got jumped last time. This is just going to be the Primal Beast. He got off the BKB though. Wait,
no
not
chrono?
Dead yet. No Chronosphere, and he gets a blink away. Sox is gonna try and catch up to him. Oh, he's right around the corner.
Oh, he would have had him. Didn't see.
Successful TP out from Nisha this time around. The gank does not work for Tundra, but you know, you sent the heroes back to base. The wave is getting cut.
It's still summoning here, man.
It's still here, man.
Somebody kill this troll.
It's killing under tower. Crystal's just realized, whoops.
I mean, he's probably like, why is this not already dead?
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This thing heals up, by the way. So
he's gonna pull the wave, and that means there is no creep wave.
This is just so annoying.
Tower.
So annoying for Liquid. They don't want to be in games like this, where the map's getting manipulated and they just can't set up their quick plays and get the connections. It's just not how this team likes to play. So uncomfortable. Can still win the team fights, though. I mean, we should not underestimate that if they get in a head-on fight. Nice rune for Nisha. Another aura for Saberlight. I don't think I've seen him pop the pipe once.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
His pipe for the future.
The way this is going, it could have been a hand of Midas.
Yeah, I mean, it is something to consider, right? Like, if you go the scaling Enigma build, you didn't get the fights out of the auras. Would you feel better about your potential to win this game going late?
Yeah, I think it's a situation where Liquid, they did not want to They did not want to be in that position. They did not want to be going late, but you have to consider it at this point. Tundra they're beating you on the map.
Dire's middle tower.
How much of this Faceless Void's farm has come from this single troll in this lane? It's got to be at least like 3,000 or something at this point. It's ridiculous.
Something absurd, yeah.
Just nobody wants to clear this, and I feel for them. It's not how their lineup wants to play.
No, they cannot go on their side of the river. They can't go this far back. But you conceded to Tier 1. You didn't find a kill for it. You can't concede at Tier 2.
I mean, honestly, this is the type of game where, like, buy boots of travel on the snap.
Seriously, Chrysalis is like, fine. You're going to go to the off lane. I'll cut
Dude,
the mid lane.
This is
The
illegal.
BZM's just hopping in and out, tree after tree, tree after tree.
Illegal. What is happening right now?
I mean, Saberlight's got to get like a Blink Dagger just so he has a chance to kill the Monkey King when he jumps into these trees, right? Jump Midnight Pulse.
This Void is about to be ahead of your Marcy. It is not the best, or I should say it's not the easiest matchup for Marcy. Can be okay if you burst it, but
I feel like 50% of the watch time is on this creep for the last 10 minutes, and
you know, this is like a great
like
example of why I would want 33 on my team.
oh yeah,
So you don't have to play against, you know, whatever nonsense his team is doing.
yeah.
Like, make other people play. Okay, they got it. They got it. Round of applause in the chat,
Ladies and
everybody.
gentlemen, we got him.
The troll has been slain. Liquid will get to play Dota now. As his brother.
His twin brother.
You forgot about me.
I will get vengeance.
He's just like, no. No. I will
Not
not
again.
let you.
Pulverized.
Troll 2 has been slain. Stall is not happy about that. We'll have to farm the old-fashioned way.
He's catching up to the Marcy.
Yeah, he's going to overtake
almost
him here. I mean, it's inevitable.
And he's halfway there to the super
setup.
tanky Faceless Void. They get him with, tag him with a poison. Unlikely to stop him here unless he's really surprised by the Primal Beast or the Enigma. He's got BKB. Oh, got him! Blink instant trample from Nisha to cut the trees. And he did indeed get surprised by the Blink initiation. On the other side, though, Chrysalis, half HP, got off the BKB, though. And now a Fiend's Grip. Mickey's in trouble. He's not dying that quickly. He has to go for the... Oh, wait, Saberlight's here. Can he bail out the black hole? They go in with the Epicenter now to kill Mickey. He's still not dead, but the Epicenter will surely finish him off. He'll run down Boxy as well. Boxy, a little low. Saberlight, not sure who help out here. They do get Chrysalis on the backside as Nisha runs him down. They do not have a stun. Bane gets out.
That's insane that he just never dropped the black hole. So tempting there, but there are cancels to it you have to think about. Just never found the opening.
And also, Tundra were playing this hit and run game, right? Like, Chrysalis is hitting Mickey, but as soon as he sees the Enigma, he makes a run for it, and then it's the Sand King's turn to jump in.
And you gotta remember, that's a fight Liquid want to take because they killed the Monkey King on that corner of the map. If they can get everybody there, which they did, that's a 5-on-4. With the Refresher Primal, they're super strong right now in the fight.
Yeah, and instead all you end up with is a 2-for-2. In that fight specifically, it was a 1-for-2.
I mean, it's an okay outcome. Some good gold for Nisha on this Primal. You get that Faceless Void kill, and you're going to be able to take Roche here. No Chrono available, no Epicenter available. Pretty impossible contest from Tundra. So this will be an Aegis for Mickey. Big deal, playing into all these big ults.
More Blink Daggers. Liquid, they need more Blink Daggers. They need more initiation, more catch for these heroes. The roar goes off. Look at Tundra.
Yeah, they're not
Liquid
doing the
don't
Roche.
know it, but Tundra said, yeah, it's all yours. You can have it. We're farming the map.
Not sure why Liquid just force it, because they have no Chrono, no Epi. Like, I don't think they're contesting.
I think Liquid's playing scared.
Or maybe just giving them too much respect.
Yeah.
They'll get the
much
Roche
respect
anyway.
to their former captain. Careful, guys. 33. He might think Burrow. Might go for the steal.
Well, if they can get the setup here while the Roche is going down, it'll make up for that.
They will run into Toby here. Instant grab of Pulverized Kisses. Now chasing after the Monkey King. He's spotted here. Right through the Lincoln. BZM. They do have the refresh and they do have the black hole. They drop both of them to kill this Monkey King. He's not dead yet, though. They've maybe expended too much chaining up their disables like that. He got off the Wukong's command. Nothing is left to kill BZM. They'll get both Insania and Saberlight for that. Liquid, perhaps too skittish to do greedy, and they still have the Chronosphere. Primal Beast, he's got a charge. He goes back into them. Misha running the other way here. He's got the gem too. What a massive loss for Liquid. 4 dying for this, and gem lost in a period of time that you had the Aegis.
And the biggest reason, it's a fight without Mickey. You go for the pickoff while you're doing Roche, it's great. You get sucked into a team fight that you're carrying and all of your burst damage can't join. Black Hole doesn't count for anything if the Marcy's not there to kill the hero.
I mean, especially if you're using both Pulverize and Black Hole at the same time.
That also doesn't help the situation.
Like, they had a chance, maybe, that they Black Hole, that they Pulverize afterwards, maybe with all those spells changed up well.
I don't even know then. Like, he just doesn't take that much damage here from everything, right? If you chain it, sure, but there is a Chrono coming off cooldown. Maybe they were pressured to force the spells because this cooldown's right there, right? It was about 5 seconds.
Yeah, they felt like they had to burst him immediately.
I just think this is an awkward fight with Mickey running across the whole map.
Agreed.
Like, you just get sucked into a bad engagement. Trying to make the fast play, it's the right idea. You just had to be a little more patient there. And it works out for you. Instead, you pay a big price, 4 heroes plus that gem. And Mickey's sitting here with 2 lives going,
what do I do? What do I do?
What am I supposed to do about that?
And how are they going to be able to force the fight? Mickey almost caught him there. How are they going to be able to catch these heroes when they've lost the gem? Right? There goes much of their vision. It also means that Tundra's vision that has been recently placed is very likely to stay alive. They're going to be seeing these Liquid heroes move around the map. If you don't have smokes, Tundra's going to see you coming a mile away.
You're going to have to play off your strengths, which is burst damage from the Marcy and a Black Hole, which can land on some big targets. I like the Daedalus purchase for Mickey. That's going to ramp up his damage a lot. And it makes all these disables, the Pulverize, the Black Hole, Demonic Purge, whatever it is, makes him a lot more deadlier. Particularly for Crystallis on this Faceless Void. He can get chunked down. There is a real chance. He's going to continue to scale his HP here. At some point, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Especially with that level 25 talent. Already has the level 21. He got a lot of experience out of that fight. It was a big deal for him. These are big talents for the Faceless Void. You know, Scotty plus the backtrack, your burst chance goes down considerably. But right now, you can all in this hero and open up the fight that way.
Another smoke broken. Sogs up, played in the trees. They will kill those trees to kill the swirl inside of them.
Nice little pick off. Still have 2 minutes on this Aegis. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could go high ground with it. Right? That's the other way to force things.
I think you want to go high ground.
Yeah.
This is the point in the game you do want to go high ground with this lineup. You want to force Tundra to fight you with your auras, with your Daedalus timing on the Marcy.
3.
Think about it.
Pull the trigger on this one. They had so much vision from that ward placed. The banner, it's going to cause an issue, though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Try and wait out this Aegis. It's crazy. Expiring in a minute. That's a long time. They do have a ward on that low ground that is...
33 trying to place off of. One of these Boundless Strikes is going to link into the Burrow Strike. Minute left on the Aegis, though.
Yeah, they do see this ward.
Okay. Baiting up the ward? Maybe. I don't even understand how that would work. We know you see.
Poker down.
He goes down. Crystallis is now playing around with his shard.
Yeah, they're trying to wait out this Aegis right now. 40 seconds.
I mean, if I'm Tundra, if I just lose a range barracks for this Aegis, no big deal, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
They can afford to give this up, but Tundra, they're playing for the mistake. BCM's going to jump in the middle of them. Whiffs entirely, does not hit anything with the Boundless Strike, and now he's going to get grabbed before BKB. The kids are going to do big damage. He almost gets bursted down. Nothing. He does have a buyback here. Meanwhile, the Nightmare defensively used on Mickey to get him out of the enemy base. Oh, he jumps forward with a blink dagger, tries to burn down Soxa. He's lost sight of him. A Glimmer came back, a huge Chronosphere Epicenter. A wombo combo from Tundra that will send Liquid down. Nisha, he survives through it, but with not much HP left, he tries to go for a pulverize, and now Mickey inside the base. His Aegis will expire. BZM,
what an expiration timing, too.
It was all a bait or what? He jumped into the middle with everything, but on the buyback, they crush Liquid.
That is an amazing team fight from Tundra, especially with how it starts.
Oh, yeah.
You sacrifice the monkey, but you get effectively 3 almost 4-man chronos, zone the primal into the base while Epicenter Sandstorm is going off. You can't ask for anything better. And you land a full duration grip into a full duration Nightmare on the Marcy. Kobe absolutely finds his mark in this fight. He just takes Mickey out of it entirely. You're wondering where the Marcy is in all this? He goes on the support. He's gripped under the tier 4. And this chrono holds everybody else back. The positioning from Liquid just got mega punished here. And then the chef's kiss, you kill him with 1 second after the Aegis expiration. Yep. Not that it would have mattered, but you just got no value out of your Marcy BKB. Mickey doesn't get to hit anything. Everybody clumps. And now you're feeding more.
No doubt about it now. Chrysalis hunting heroes.
Well, he knows. I mean, it's
Tundra have full advantage in this game now. Bushwhack gets the grab. They got to do something with this. Nisha, he jumps forward. Insania, this is going to be a dieback for him. He gets everything off he can. Chrysalis actually control. He got bursted. Dear Lord.
See ya.
Mickey still shows that the Carry Marcy, it can do something. She gets her hands on the Faceless Void with the single disable. She can kill him.
I mean, he has Gauntlet with vast extra range plus the Daedalus crits and an almost guaranteed badge. You gotta respect the damage.
That was a close call. With no BKB, I think Mickey might have died there.
I mean, it's crazy that Tundra are lingering around here looking for stuff with the Void dead. Like, that tells you how strong they feel right now.
Yeah.
Still have this black hole that can always play an important role in this game, particularly with BKB coming up for Saberlight. He'll finish it right there.
Good and damage denied there from Toby. It cost him his life, though.
Nice find. Liquid not out of this game yet, by any means.
No. They already got 1 buyback out of Tundra. The problem is Tundra have used their buybacks much better than Liquid in this series.
I mean, that said, Liquid, they're playing pretty confident, right? That high ground push, continue to push out on the map. You're like, these are TI champions for a reason. They're not going to go out easy.
Yeah,
and they're going to put the pressure on Tundra. Even if they're maybe slightly unfavored, they're going to force you to beat them. And you mess up one fight, the game's just over for you here.
It may be a 30% chance of victory, but their best chance is just taking it to Tundra while they can, before it goes too late. 40 minutes, an aggressive force staff, a blink back on Mickey.
Almost sick from Soxa.
That would have been such a nasty, aggressive force staff into Boundless Strike into Epicenter play.
As heroes are respawning, lucky to get out of there. Extra cast range on this Hoodwink, you really got to think about the utility.
That's true, yeah, that's a good point. Aether Lens plus that Go Nuts.
Liquid, they get some building damage, they escape with their lives. Look towards that next Roshan, can spawn right now.
Chrysalis and BZM are closing in on 25. 24 on Chrysalis. BZM is right behind it.
So is that Sand King, also 24.
Oh, yeah, those are massive. I mean, now we talk about the 25 talents. I feel like those are all favoring Tundra.
Oh, yeah, for sure, this game. And refresher on that Sand King is a big deal here, especially as you get to that 25 talent. Right now, the fight is still anybody's. Particularly if that BKB black hole comes through, Tundra aren't ready for it.
Tundra pushing their advantage, hoping somebody shows on the creep wave. Liquid.
This could be a clump.
Mickey, he's going to show. Soxa backs away. Glimmer capes out of there.
So scary to push in right here.
Cannot get lured into going on the squirrel. Clump up too much. Got to keep the isolation. They go after him. Soxa will die. And Tundra do not try and jump in afterward. Not yet, anyway.
DM holding high ground.
They pop their BKB.
What's the
So many
turn?
zeros are spotted in the river. And there goes Wukong's man. Mickey. Oh, he managed to get a Invisible Blade on the Chrysalis. Chrysalis is fine for now. He's caught inside of all this one. They do have the black hole on two.
Go,
Mickey's
Chrono.
going to burst down one. He gets out of the Wukong's command. Now the jump in from Nisha. They jump after it. They do manage to get Mickey. The carries on both sides are dead, but only one of them has the buyback.
Crystallis looking to put this ult to use. Liquid need to get out of here. Those epicenters ripped them apart.
Oh, they all managed to get out of there. A buyback on the Faceless Void. Roshan is not up. It should be up soon. And as long as Tundra get that, the buyback will go unpunished.
Look at the damage here. RC getting the hits and getting the burst, and an absolutely perfect black hole gives him the extra time to get through this Faceless Void without the turnaround chrono going off. He held that chrono for a long time because there was a grip going out onto the Marcy. Was trying to play it patient. But you're not always going to have that window. Grip got canceled. Going with the black hole, you pay a big price trying to wait. At least I guess you would have chrono for your buyback if you're playing it that way. And
Yeah.
Roche is up. They're not killing it right now with this Marcy out of the game.
Yeah, they saw it. They saw it spawn.
I would expect you're just sitting someone in this pit, you do it instantly.
I think so too.
They lost a good 10 seconds, 12 seconds here. Could be a big deal.
I think this is still enough though to take it uncontested. Liquid are pretty far away.
They also have no
They're gonna
black
wait
hole.
for their Marcy.
No black hole, no refresher on the primal. Those are big ultimates missing for Liquid.
That's good.
But they're heading towards the pit. They have kisses to stall this up.
Kisses can get some vision inside. Can he actually take that fight? 33, he's got his 25. The Kisses, he starts spotting all this. Soxa, ooh, he may get caught on the wrong side of things. They know he's here. They jumped into the trees and they spotted him. Okay, that's
No
a
buy.
dieback. And because they did not get the Roshan, there is still that buyback that the Faceless Void used from earlier. If Tundra lose this fight, it could just be the end of game 2.
They still have some buybacks to play with though.
That's true, and they've done a really good job playing around their outposts with buybacks.
All eyes on 33, man. Level 25 epicenter pulses with the refresher, with Whisper of the Dread. It is so much damage if he gets both off.
Look at all these shadow poisons just raining into the pit. They have the Eidolons check it out, the Helmet Dom creeps if necessary as well. On both sides. This Roshan's gonna die just as a random magic damage, whether it's the Sandstorm or the Shadow Poisons building up.
Yeah, 33 is putting the pressure on Liquid to make the jump as he whittles it down.
And once they go in, that's when Chrysalis is going to strike. And Liquid respond to that initiation. They're going to Wukong's command just commit for it with the Epicenter both being used. Nisha gets the grab onto the back line. They manage to take the bait, but at the same time, Chrysalis managed to get the engine. But 33, oh, Chronosphere Bro Shrink, no, he still goes down into disruption. It bails out Mickey for the time being. Can he survive? A black hole goes in, and Mickey, here comes the turn. He takes down Chrysalis once, a pulverize on the back end. Once again, a dieback from Bud. That one's going to be BCM, and Chrysalis on his second life. He comes back, his entire team is gone.
Refresh.
He refreshes a black hole. It catches 2, but can he do it all by himself?
Second epi.
Here comes 33, a massive epicenter right into the middle of all of Liquid. It takes down 2, but what about Mickey? They're chasing after Mickey, and it's a blade to use. Now, oh, an Emerald Staff, he's fine. Kisses are coming in, but Chrysalis, he's got a time walk to take off the damage. They're good to go. Tundra, they use almost everything they have. Buybacks, refreshers, double ultimates, but they stay in the game.
That's a sick fight from Liquid. The amount they're up against here, the amount of damage they're just trying to fight through, the amount of buybacks on the outpost. Ultimates, they use 0 buybacks of their own.
Trying to start fighting on the Chrysalis almost by himself. He had Nisha behind him, but can the 2 of them do enough damage?
No, there's no way. They get the cheese out of him,
And
but
they pay for it. Moxie, he's got a cookie, but even if he gets it off, whoa, wait, Chrysalis, he wants it even more. He knows Moxie's already dead. He's gonna go after Nisha up next, and Nisha doesn't have a BKB. Now Liquid, oh, a shield rune. That's not gonna be enough. He just has no
he's
cooldowns,
done.
time dilation, and BKB means he's done. Chrysalis, given an opportunity, will turn it around and get 2 crucial kills all of the heroes were coming back up from Liquid soon, but now there are 2 heroes that are dead for a significant amount of time.
And you're going to have to use buybacks here. That Roche was so big for the Faceless Void. He gets an Aegis to survive Black Hole. He gets a cheese for that turnaround, and he gets Refresher Shard for a second chrono in the middle of that fight. You can't ask for better item efficiency out from Crystallis there. It's just the AoE control their lineup has. I still think Liquid did a tremendous job in that fight at prioritizing the right targets and the spell casting. Nikke connected on the Monkey King, connected on the Void, but overwhelming amount of lives, overwhelming amount of AoE control. Now you have a Daedalus on this Sand King. The true carry has come alive here for Tundra in the late game. It's 33. It was always 33. It's always gonna be 33.
He did do the most damage in that
Oh, it wasn't
Roshan
even close.
team fight. It was, yeah, 10K by himself in these epicenters. It's a crazy amount. Liquid did not have to expend hardly any buybacks for that fight.
No, they used none.
In part because they weren't in a position to use those buybacks. They would have loved if Roshan was the other side of the map and they had an outpost to TP onto.
But they did get everything out of that, right? They forced Crystallis to use Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard.
Yep.
They also got buybacks out of Tundra. They didn't use any of their own. Didn't have to use any on the subsequent base defense. So you kind of reset this game, and in theory, you have advantage on the map right now with 2 core buybacks on cooldown for Tundra and 2 support buybacks on cooldown for Tundra. Now, some of those are going to come up pretty quickly here, and obviously Tundra, they want to sit in base and wait for them. They can. I mean, it does beg the question, though. We're getting into the ultra late. How do you win a fight and push through buybacks and double ults on all these heroes if you're Liquid? Your lineup is just not designed to do it at this late into the game. Like, you're going to need double Black Hole. You need a refresher on Enigma at this point.
Yep.
You're probably going to need a refresher on Marcy. You need to match the equivalent spell power Tundra are outputting right now in order to kill them twice. That is your ticket to victory here. Killing them once is not going to win you this game.
No, it's not. Take a Tormentor Shard for the Marcy, which great on support Marcy. This one, just a bit of a damage boost. Maybe we'll see if Mikke, he really jumps to the back line. Maybe he can use that rebound on the enemies. But otherwise, he's been fine with his Helmet Dom creep and his blink, frankly. It just feels so dependent on Black Hole. And I just do not see how he's going to be able to get good Black Holes against Beam's Grip and Chronosphere, right?
You just got to go in and believe, man. I mean, you pick Enigma TI for a reason. Do or die.
Well, they do have the longer Pulverize for a Primal Beast.
That helps a lot.
With the Refresher, that's a significant add-on.
Especially when you got 2 of them. You have the Ags on the Snapfire as well. Could buy out for an Ags on the Shadow Demon, and you could buy out for a Refresher on Marcy. So you have the gold for these items. These are all really big late-game items for Liquid.
Yeah. And you can get the Ags on the Primal Beast, you'll be able to get some breaks as well, which is important because that takes away the 20% backtrack for the Faceless Void. Increasing their chances. I mean, you want to be able to burst down this Faceless Void. They're going to throw out what? Burst it bash! Chrysalis just instantly stops the initiation of Nisha. I don't know if that was actually going to be good for Liquid or not, if they could have killed him. But no chance, apparently.
It was not ordained.
It was fated
not meant
to fail.
Be. We will never know. But the buybacks are slowly coming up for Tundra. That is the biggest story about this time period in the game. They're waiting out the cooldowns. They are getting the gold. They're trying to get all 10 lives up. I'm sure there's a part of them that feels if we have 10 heroes and 10 ultimates, we cannot lose this game. Like, you have to believe that with this style of draft.
Yeah, I have to believe that they're favored, sure.
They're the favorite. I mean, we've seen the execution, though, from Liquid. Like, I don't think the margin is that wide, honestly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of execution to be had here.
Yeah, we did see the win percentage actually creep back to their favor.
Dead even.
Weirdly enough.
Somehow Mickey is the most farmed hero here. I don't even understand how that's possible.
Didn't have to use buybacks. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like Tundra's cores, I think, have all bought back at some point in time in this game. I don't believe Mickey has. Get a courier.
That's the refresher.
It's pretty nice.
I don't think he would have bought out for it, but delayed a little bit here.
I mean, Tundra's just welcoming Liquid. Go ahead. They're rolling out the mat for him. Say, try it. Try pushing our high ground.
Oh, Tundra would love for Liquid to jump into them. You have great positioning for a grip deep in the fight, and you can protect it with all this AoE. That Baneags is also coming out.
And let's be clear, there's no way Liquid should push the base, right? That time is gone.
Straight up? Nah, there's no chance. With Aegis and double black hole? Kind of the only way you're ever going to win this game, in a way. There's your refresher on the Marcy, plus the buyback available. All 5 buybacks will be available for Liquid. All 5 will be available for Tundra here in 10 seconds. We are going to the ultra late. Dead even. 2K difference at the 52-minute mark between these two teams who know each other so well.
We are going to have some big Aghanim Scepters coming in from the supports. Toby's working on his. That's a massive one. Aghanim's on Shadow Demon, I think, is just about as good.
Oh, yeah.
But much more situational in its usage. A lot easier just to get a really sick Fiend's Grip and have it be uncanceled.
Right now, Liquid have outpost control. They're TPing the Primal into this dire outpost.
Yeah, this is a point where Liquid can actually be the ones using the buybacks to their advantage. Toby's trying to get some gem information.
He got the Enigma.
Chronosphere, he got him on, but there's a disruption to bail him out. Chrysalis will refresh and go for a double black Chronosphere. That'll lock down both Mickey. They try and beat him whatever HP they can. He doesn't get Saberlight. What? He time walks out of there, but somehow Saberlight survived through that 133. Wants to make him put him in a coffin. He can't quite do it. Now he's running for his life. A Burrow Strike back inside of a Sandstorm. Another epicenter. He's coming back into it. Saberlight managed to blink away. Not the same for Insania. He disrupts himself.
Grip on Mickey.
Oh, he's a little bit of HP. Mickey does go down on the grip. Saberlight, he'll throw down that black hole. Here comes the buybacks. Mickey with a fresh and outworld staff. No, a quick grab, and Mickey will throw him down to his death. Toby makes a run for it. Denied. Mickey will chase him down into the trees. Tundra, they in turn will use their buybacks to try and hold their base. But Liquid, with control of the outpost, I can't say they won it, but they're still standing.
They powered through so many ultimates. Triple buyback for them, double buyback for Tundra. Big one on the Faceless Void. The biggest factor in that fight, you landed the Chronos, but the Sand King got taken out of putting the damage into them.
Who stopped the Sand King?
Nisha was straight on top of 33, pulverizing him that entire time. The Vanguard for Liquid makes the big play, stops a lot of that damage going to the team, and absolutely sick disruptions from Insania.
Oh, massive.
Like, these disruptions have been team fight saving. He'll get nags, they will pick up Roshan, put an Aegis onto Mickey, who bought back into that fight.
And Insania might get 2 of them. Level 23,
Yep.
he's actually kind of closing in on 25.
I mean, they might leave him the refresher shard.
Yeah, he's keeping it for now. So right now he does have double disruptions, quadruple demonic. Oh, Mickey just pops the ultimate and starts hitting the buildings, huh?
No Chronos available, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and 4 minutes left on the Aegis. Hello! 2-man stun. Boxy just keeping him honest. Throws in a creep with his own Aghanim Scepter. Mid lane gets wiped out. 1 more for Megas. Not that that'll be the end of the game. Tundra, they really feel like they gotta grind out more time for this refresher on the Faceless Void, which needs 50 more seconds. They can't wait for the double ultimates, but it doesn't look like they want to.
They have refresher on the Monkey, so they have double Wukong available. This is a scary push for Liquid. Without buybacks, if you lose that fight, you lose the game.
Oh, look at that. I mean, Toby was getting so close to his Aghanim Scepter, but instead he forsakes that for a Blink Dagger instead. The mobility in these team fights is absurd.
I mean, he's probably looking for black hole cancel. That's what this Blink is a call.
Yeah.
You know, he has been landing great grips on the Marcy. They have been team fight winning, But being able to potentially cancel a black hole that is disrupting the entire fight could be the bigger play. He has the cast range to pull it off. Tundra on the back foot right now. Liquid's execution in these fights has been incredible. They finally got a fight on an outpost where they can use their buybacks. That was the biggest factor there. It's almost more important where you take the fight, not how you take it.
Nisha's really not going for negative scepter, huh? His heart got taken away from him. DZM found the courier, but he purchased out a heart, which will rejoin him soon. Now he's gonna buy a shard? What? Why not Ags? I feel like Ags this late is still a significant damage source, gives you the break.
It's more raw survivability. There's a lot of epicenter damage going off in these fights, man.
3 minutes left.
There's the disruption
charge.
charges.
5 items. Yeah. Okay. Quadruple disruption?
It's huge. It's huge to counterplay this chrono, especially.
Yeah, if you chronosphere one person, you could double chrono that person and never see them. He could just get disrupted.
And we have to gobble up save, potentially.
That's true. With an
Angel
ether
and
lens, he
cast
can
range.
kind of reach in.
Yeah, it is a decent shot. I mean, this chrono is not a guarantee anymore.
Can we take a look at that gobble up range to give us an idea about, like...
It's doable.
It's doable. If they're in the middle of the chronosphere, he's not going to be able to grab somebody, but he can get people on the edges,
But you're
even a little bit
almost
inside.
never getting someone in the exact center of the chrono.
Oh,
These,
for
like,
sure.
shit fights. It's impossible.
Also, damage, I mean, I think we agreed that the core level 25s were bigger for Tundra, but the support level 25s for Liquid, because they're actually getting them. A Boxy isn't building into any sort of right-click build, but the other talent is, it's a lot of damage. These kids is just boom, 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 boom. That's the burst that is Liquid's specialty for this draft.
Oh, yeah. Incredible late game supports on Liquid. Might be able to just push him over the edge here.
6,000 net worth lead, and a minute left on the Aegis, but it seems like Liquid are content to sit back and play for late. Value get their heart back for the Primal.
Valuing buybacks over what Aegis gives them, right? Like, again, if you push base with this Aegis and you lose the fight,
Sure, yeah.
it's just GG. So all these buybacks are likely going to come back up. Both teams will be happy about that. And now it's just a question of how far can you push your lineup as we approach the 60-minute mark. How much more can you squeeze out of the scale here?
Well, let's talk about those 60-minute items. Do you feel like
Fair.
it's a better advantage for Tundra or for Liquid?
It's whoever gets more Helm of the Undyings.
Right, it's usually these Helm of the Undyings, but the Helm of the Undyings against Liquid's Burst is going to be, it's got to feel really good.
I think Helm of the Undying is great against both teams. I think that item is great against almost any team.
Sure.
That goes without saying. I think Stygian could be interesting for somebody. Book of the Dead, I feel like you always want at least one or two.
Yeah, we're going to see some Book of the Deads, probably by Liquid. If anybody's going to be buying Book of the Deads, I feel like they're in the position to maybe rat out this game a bit more since they've taken 2 lanes.
Regalia is always interesting, but it doesn't really feel like teams, in a way, need more damage.
I mean, I feel like Marcy could always use more damage,
Yeah.
right? She's trying to kill somebody in that first sling of punches.
The Marcy Regalia sounds pretty tempting. The Sand King Regalia sounds pretty tempting.
I think I'd rather Helm of the Undying just to make sure, because he's got Refresher, right? I want to see double epicenters no matter what. I want no chance that he
But I don't
doesn't
think
get those off.
33 should be the first point of contact ever. I don't think he wants to be the first point of contact. I think the fight where Nisha found him, that was just Nisha God.
Level 25 for the Hoodwink. Does go for the Acorn charges here. Doesn't have a ton of damage, but can.
Yeah, that other talent is some sharpshooter damage. Could have been. The heart on the Primal. He is a tanky boy, man. It's a lot of HP to get through.
More Eidolons for the Enigma. Add in some Necropooks on top of that.
All right, 60 minutes. Let's see what we roll here. Make or break your TI run. Wind Wakers could also be huge for Liquid. Another way to get saves into all these ultimates. particularly against the Chrono if you can build some up on some of these core heroes or supports. I see them eyeing a few. I mean, you combine like 1 or 2 Wind Wakers plus double disruption in this game, you mitigate a lot of Crystallis' ability to go in and consistently find openings for the team. You're just going to be chronoing air at that point. There's 1 Helm on the Enigma. Quite annoying here, actually.
Yeah.
You cannot reliably all-in him anymore. He's just going to turn around and black hole you from death.
And 350 extra cast range. If he gets an Aghanim Scepter, like, he can kind of throw that black hole around.
Stygian for Mickey is insane with this Daedalus build.
Do you think that's better burst than Divine Regalion?
It might be.
It might be, right?
13 armor. Some of these heroes do not have a lot of armor. You gotta remember, this Sand King did not go Shivas. He only has 19 armor. It's a significant reduction. Double book for Tundra. Helm on BZM.
I kind of wonder if what about the Aghanim Scepter on Marcy, right? These pulses of silence, the BKBs are going to wear out at some point in time, right? Band of Silence could be
bigger items to still build right now. Another book for Tundra. Oh no,
hey, there we go. Now there's some damage. Stygian Desolator Hoodwink.
You're just looking for the proc off the Acorn, right? He has 2 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Did get Audacious with it though, so yeah, you're right. I mean, do a little bit of damage in the fight.
I mean, 1 Acorn inside of Chronosphere will dramatically increase Chrysalis' damage.
Both sides got double Helm though, and on very obnoxious heroes. Shadow Demon Helm could be really impactful here.
And it's going to be...
Toby's Helm can also be impactful. Marcy goes in, kills the Bane. Bane just grips him, you know, sleeps him, whatever.
Yeah.
Super obnoxious.
We don't see Spider Legs too often, but if there's one hero that's going to take it, Primal Beast, whose movement speed translates into damage with fleet-footed as well.
He's up the boot slot without sacrificing his move speed. Ten buybacks available, 60-minute items. An Ag Scepter, fresh for the Enigma. Liquid looking for the big black holes. Tundra looking for the massive chronos and epicenters.
Sneaking up the side of the map.
If Saberlight gets found
Liquid
here.
with the initiation. Saberlight, he is going to be spotted, but at the same time, the jump has already occurred. They've got 33, they're going to catch up to Chrysalis as well, potentially. Mickey hoping for a bash. They get the grab instead of the pulverize. Nisha 1 step ahead of him. Toby denies him with a Fiend's Grip, but now a refresh and a Missile Blade. They get the grab on it just in time. Wait a minute, no, he got off the Chronosphere. He's still alive, but here comes the disruptions. He can't do anything with that, and the kisses start raining in. Artillery fire. Chrysalis trying to take cover. He pops the BKB, a time walk out of there. He gets away. He's fine, but the rest of Tundra now, Liquid, they say they can't kill the carry. They go back for the rest. The Bane goes down. Soxa, he gets caught by Saberlight. A little bit of Malefice stuns. Soxa nowhere to run to. Both supports will die. 33, 2 supports. No buybacks being used by Tundra initially.
That Sand King got absolutely melted by the Stygian. Again, he does not have any bonus armor. He died in a second. And that was fight over for Tundra unless you're willing to commit buybacks. And 33 did not want to pull the trigger on that buyback. Felt like that was a bad fight. Just try and get everybody out that you can. We'll have to expend some here. Roche can also spawn right now. Liquid, they have to make a tough call. Wait for the Roche spawn and gamble.
I mean, you already used the buybacks. 2 of the buybacks on Tundra. Surely you just say, okay.
Yeah, it's up, so just go do it. Huge teamfight win for them. And dude, Mickey is out of control. I don't really know what you do about it because they're safe.
Oh God, they're going to go for the contest inside the Roshan pit. Chrysalis, he still has this 1 Chronosphere, this 1 opportunity.
You have to buy Sand King, though, if you're going for this fight.
And Roshan is going over to the other side of the map. Liquid, this is so awkward. The black hole on BZM, though. It's up to Chrysalis now. He's got to make some sort of initiation with the buybacks available on Tundra to find the opening. Soxa, that's going to quickly relieve that bushwhack. Soxa sticks around for a bit too long. Nisha trying to catch up to him. A Linkens gets broken. A Lotus Orb returns fire, and they're not able to catch the squirrel a second time. That could have been a dieback on a hero from Tundra, but instead, it's 33 back up in a play without having to use his buyback.
They may lose all their vision around there as well. I mean, Roche went top anyway. Interesting idea to stall. I still cannot believe 33 did not pull the trigger on this buyback. He will give up a lot here. You gotta watch your base as well if you're Tundra in these long fights. You gotta remember you lost 2 lanes. These creeps push in.
Yeah, that's why they got 2 of the Necro books, right? Just to try and deal with the lanes without sending heroes back.
This is such a strong timing in this game for Liquid. 2 lives on Mickey. Buyback available makes it 3.
Look at the priority from Liquid. They're like, they must control this outpost because the Aegis is nice, but they still need to be able to play off of buybacks and TPs in.
Liquid's just so good at understanding things that mess them up and how to adjust and fix it.
Tundra. Time for a hold of a lifetime. They go straight to Mickey. Half HP, a quarter, almost gone. Disruption goes off. Will he pop BKB? Will he pop anything? He won't. He'll just accept the death. He managed to get himself outside of the base. Now for the Aegis. Nisha's going to make sure that they can't immediately jump Mickey on the second life. Get the grab onto Saksa and jump into the back line. Got the grab onto the Shattered. Even the Pesco. Oh, there's the gobble up from Boxy. Supports, protects, supports. And now Chrysalis has nothing for it. He has to back away. He's got to play for the refresher. Liquid are wearing through their resources one by one. 4 heroes left. 1 refresher left.
Has to find something here if you're Tundra, and it has to be on multiple heroes. Ults on 1 are not going to do it anymore with the amount of saves Liquid have.
Divine Rapier for the Sand King.
That's the ticket if you can get it here.
It's flying out. It still needs some time to get to him. But Vegas is under threat. BZM is under threat. He's going to be jumped. Immediately, Mickey, he goes for the black hole on 2. A beat grip in response. And now Chrysalis, no, we got messed up. He needs to get off this chronosphere. No, he goes down. He does have the buyback, and he's going to TP in. Disruption 1 goes out, trying to bail out Mickey. Chrysalis, and he managed to get the Shadow Demon, and both supports. Chrysalis performs with their greatness right in front of him. Catches the 3. Now BZM with the Wukong span. Whoa, 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 whoa. He just got bursted. What the fuck was that? Mickey, he's got the damage, and he's got the extra life. He got his mark. He kills the Faceless Void. He can buy back. This game is over.
33 tries his best in a base defense as the creeps will finish it off. Liquid find a way. Game where no one is going to hit and kill this egg. Yeah, you can disrupt heroes, but you disrupt them under the sun, they will come out into a world of pain. I'm really excited to see what he can do with this hero. It was a sick call on the panel by Misery. I think 33 was probably debating it because, yeah, it's not the most traditional 33 hero.
No.
We don't think of Phoenix when we think of 33. Right?
He's only played it 20 times in his career.
Yeah. But it is one of those heroes where when you get a game for it that's this good, you just can't turn it down. Right. And he couldn't resist. And I think it was the correct pick. Like even if you go out here, at least you know you picked the right hero in that last spot to put as much pressure on Liquid as possible. And they did snap pick that Void. They kind of didn't care what Tundra threw at them. They're just confident in the scale of their tri-core. I think the most pivotal point in this game 3 draft-wise was the support pickups. Liquid gave Tundra their Tiny. This is like the last support hero I think I ever would have given them. A TI in a game 3 on this man right here, who has 1 ATI on this hero. And at the same time, you gave Liquid the Shadow Demon that I think was maybe the most influential hero in that late game in game 2. You gave it to the old man in Insania.
You did.
I don't know. It's bold decisions by both teams. There's a lot of stuff you have to ban. There's always, more meta heroes or whatever you have to consider. But to me, these 2 supports in this series have been the game-winning supports for these teams. They both got their signature hero in this game 3.
And Tundra, they will not claim First Blood, but they will strike First Blood. They do manage to find a ward early. They get 3 bounty runes, and their own ward does manage to escape being D-warded just outside of the range for Insania. So,
nice
a decent net worth lead here for the squad of Tundra.
More potential for Tundra in this laning phase than game 2. That's going to be the big difference here in the early game at least. They have some better laning matchups. This Queen of Pain should abuse the Void Spirit at least in the laning phase on mid. I expect BZM to be ahead. Maybe not too much, but at least a little bit. I think you have a very strong safe lane in the Marcy Warlock. This is a lane they're going to try and punish the Sand King the same way Marcy got the lane punished last game. And up top, you had that Phoenix counter pick going into the Monkey. So this is going to be a favorable lane for 33.
Yeah,
I could
let's
easily
talk about
see
the
Tundra
Phoenix.
pull ahead with a triple lane victory here in game 3.
This is a super unique offlaner. Item timing is going to be all important. So what are we going to be looking at first? Is going to be, are we going to get a Radiance Rush? Are we going to get a Spirit Vessel? Are we going to see a Rod of Atos for some early catch?
Go a lot of ways with this hero. It's going to be Helm into either...
I thought that was a setup, Avery. I thought that was a slam dunk. Of course it's going to be Helmadon.
Yeah,
What
of
else
course,
would
I'm
it
just
be?
saying, Helm into either the Radiance build. You want more mischance, more scale, more damage in the fights. You can sometimes rush Shivas on this hero off of like early Veil.
Yeah.
You can sometimes go auras on him if you really want to pipe in a game. He's an okay pipe carrier.
Hey, what? They did have
some
the aura advantage last time for Liquid. Not that it won them the early game like they wanted to.
I don't think it did anything in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, they're still good in the late game with the super high HP heroes. You had an almost 5k HP Primal with a pipe behind him. That is mega value. But they did not get the tempo out of the auras that they normally look for.
Yep.
So far, the laning phase, honestly, really good start for Liquid across these lanes, especially that top lane with the Monkey. 16 and 7 for Mickey. Very nice start for him.
Saberlight pulled out of position, tries to burrow strike, but it can't get far enough away. Slowed down by these blood grenades. And he's not quite gonna die, but both him and the Dark Willow take some serious punishment.
Just a really tough lane to play the melee hero into. Hard to trade against Marcy, even harder when he has Shadow Word behind him, and you're always gonna get bonds to something.
So the lanes go well, but not that one for Liquid.
No, they are really suffering there on the Sand King. Incredibly rough start for Saberlight. They'll have to play the sacrificial role in this game, and I expect this Phoenix and Quap lanes to pick up steam here. Yeah, so good start for Liquid, but they're gonna have to weather the storm here in the early game for sure.
Yeah, once you get level 3 on Phoenix, things really start to change. You get level 5, and Phoenix can pretty much solo lane.
And you always got to remember that built-in mischance with the hero.
Yep.
A good Phoenix will make you miss.
Yep. So far, Mickey hasn't missed much CS, 24 and 7. Top of the CS board, uses the Boundless Strike to secure the flag bearer. But can't get the range creep. This will just kind of continue. He will inevitably be forced into a situation where the Phoenix is going to be able to make him miss one of these last hits, whether it's through the mischance or a deny.
Moxie looking for some sort of little wraparound mid. I don't really know how you all in the Queen here.
Yeah, no clue.
Deny some water runes out for BZM. That would be big, and they will do that.
I mean, it's kind of the only way that Nisha can weather this storm, right? Because though it is not BZM building up Dak, he is gone 0-2-2.
Makes this lane more tolerable for the Void Spirit for sure. Just gonna be a farm lane basically, especially after that water rune loss. So BZM not gonna be able to extract a huge amount here.
Yep. A dust picked up. They're going to go for the kill on Saberlight. Still, First Blood is available, so
He's
it's not
walking
just
the
killing the
base right
Sand
now.
King, but being able to get the extra.
Effectively him killed. He's gonna be low net worth out of this laning phase. Can't stand his ground against the harassment.
Radiant's bottom
Lowest
tower
CS
is under
of
attack.
all the cores. They threaten Boxy. Boxy brambles in response. Tries to pull the creep wave back and away, so that way Saberlight and his trip back to base won't be punished as much. At least he can bring a creep wave to him. But it means Boxy having to be here also means he's not stacking up for the Sand King, which is usually the recovery mechanism.
It's true, not a lot of economy going. In fact, the camps got blocked early. Radiant Sentry on that big camp. It's gonna remove some of the Sand King's potential comeback economy. He just has to play the lane more. Suffering on the lane. This is a big pressure point for Tundra, especially if they ever rotate the other support in here and look for the kill. That could be a way to accelerate Sox's experience in gold out of this early game if they're not finding a lot of action top. Phoenix is going to be fine up here. We'll always get something, especially when the helm is done. Already has the Iron Will up.
Radiant's top tower is
For 6
under
minute
attack.
power rune, Sox are making the rotation.
Yeah, a Spirit Hero versus a Queen of Pain. These power runes are going to be constant contest. Soxa doing a good job covering himself. They do find the ward in the river, though. Will they get the power rune? Because the Warlock, Toby, he's here on the other side. He's going to try and stop Nisha. Nisha's going to go for it with a Remnant, and they manage to get it away from Nisha. It's a haste rune that goes into BZM's bottle. It's not going to result in a kill or anything, but it might later on.
At best, Zoomer mid. Just can't beat youth on those runes.
Radiant structure.
That's a good point.
Apparently you can beat
Nisha's
them.
been at it for a while.
Yeah, he's a veteran now.
He's an old man at this point.
Yeah, what is he? 24 or something?
Yeah, the incredibly old age of 26.
Time
This
to
man
retire
is-
from
time. Yeah, can barely believe he's still playing. Good pressure on the tower here with the Siege Wagon. They'll get some extra damage and some extra denies. BZM back to back.
Nice little value.
What'd you make of the Marcy being taken early by Tundra? And then Liquid in turn grabbed the Sand King, which has lost all games in this series.
The Sand King has looked good, but it has not won. And I think a lot of games the Marcy has looked okay, but it is winning.
What is this? BZM with this haste rune. He's going to try, but disruption, it will keep him out of the shrine area just long enough, and Toby will be abandoned by his mid. Left to die. Saberlight will finally claim first blood at 7 minutes. Chrysalis fighting back against Nisha here. Astral Step got him on the remnant pull back, though Nisha has to keep his distance. Still has to dissimulate, but this ultimate makes Chrysalis so dangerous. Saberlight threatening the epicenter here. Still gonna go for Chrysalis? Nah. Chrysalis, I mean, he could just rebound away. There's no way you're gonna catch him.
Yeah. You have to be careful about taking fights like that if you're Liquid, if a large Bonds is available. Like, you get Bonds into the Sonic Wave or Avalanche, Egg, stuff like this. Incredible Bonds lineup for Tundra. That's their big clump punish. Whereas the flip side, you run into, you know, Sandstorm, Epi, Wukong, Terrorize, you're not going to have a fun time either. This meta is really just evolving into a mass teamfight meta.
This time, BZM does not blink into it, and so Nisha will get the regen.
This is a lane win for Tundra. Not as severe as I think it could have been. I think Liquid played the lanes pretty well, particularly that top lane. Mickey got a lot up there. Still hanging out up there as well.
Yes.
You have Supernova available.
Did just get his 6 recently, and you can see they're going to make the rotation to shut him down.
Exactly what you want
here. If Mickey sticks around in this area, he will die.
You really have to be careful of getting your tree cut here. I want to give extra kills into this Phoenix, who's going to have the good matchup against you for a long time. This will be a quick tower down with the early helms here.
Yeah, the early skeletons as well. Okay, Wukong's command, because BZM blinked up here, so Mickey knows it too. He's going to get this pick up. He is. Nisha arrives in time with the step. BZM, he had no idea that he was blinking under vision.
That is a premium.
Avalanche goes out with the epicenter. Ooh, okay, trading out supports. Chrysalis also takes a lot of damage. He has to TP away. Chrysalis cannot stop the TP.
We'll get to sit in this lane. More gold for Crystallis. And at least Saberlight getting some recovery gold here, and he does have a couple stacks waiting for him. Not as big as it could have been with all of the Sentry anti-stacking technology Tundra invested in. But it's something. Oh, they're going to smoke to it. They want to take even more away from Saberlight in this early game.
Yeah, it could be a massive hit. Saberlight, he'll back away as he's already cleared out the hard camp. Some of the Ancients are left. Saberlight doesn't want to give this up, but he might just give away his life. Oh, so close. A Sonic Wave Scream is not quite enough. Saksa is still looking for it. BZM, a toss, a blink, but neither will be there to finish him off.
That feels rough for BZM. He wanted something out of the Sonic Wave.
Looks like he's losing a bit of ground. At least he can content himself with taking 2 Ancients.
And look at the buildings fall.
Yeah.
Crystal has picked up the kill on the safe lane solo. He's pressuring bottom tier 1. Other helm is going into this tier 1 mid. Tundra bringing the heat in this game 3, trying to play a fast tempo game, take over the map.
33 wants to put this supernova to use. And if you do not come contest the towers, then it'll just be another one to fall. 33 gets the last hit on that one. He is second highest net worth. He's only behind Chrysalis's Marcy. The early pickup of Tundra seems uncountered for them.
Really strong laning setup for them. They got 3 towers down around that 10-minute mark. A lot of space to work with. They can be the ones to invade Liquid side of the map this time around, take away those farm, prevent the Sand King stacks. Recovering Saberlight's game as even more pressure going into him.
Tosses him out of his Sandstorm. He's got another Sandstorm, and there's no core here yet. Though the Phoenix is going to ride soon, they have to get this kill on Saksa and get away quick, and they're not quite getting it. The heal comes in. It's going to be fine for both sides.
I feel like this is going to be the MO in this mid game. Like, You try and take some fights as Liquid, and if the Phoenix shows up,
Nice jump, Chrysalis.
Get
Toss some Mickey back into BZM, and he just will not be able to jump into the trees. Or maybe actually the distance created by the disruption. Trickery tries to dodge, but he still takes the damage. That means he won't be able to jump into the trees and escape.
Warpine Raiders just owning today. I mean, if you have Warpine Raider in your fantasy, you're cooking.
It's true. If you have the troll for the skeletons,
if you have the
for
troll
tower
summoner,
damage.
Holy moly.
2,000 net worth lead for Tundra off of this laning phase. And we haven't even seen them put their team fight to use. Still don't have level 6 on Toby, but we haven't even seen a Supernova. 33 has been able to keep Liquid back just through his presence.
We probably won't see one in this early game because the thing that brings Tundra's lineup together is like the Tiny Blink and Marcy being able to get in there. That's kind of your only catch until you get later hexes or something like that. So it's kind of hard to use the ults and lock heroes in the vicinity. So you have more control later.
So you're saying it's a game of cat and mouse, except this time Tundra is going to be hunting Liquid around the map, and Liquid's going to be trying to split.
But the thing is, I've never seen a 33 team play to hunt heroes.
And I feel like I've very rarely ever seen Team Liquid not play to fight in the early game. So
they're just probably going to get Sand King flanked and then look for those fights. But
yeah,
his game has been the slowest, so that's what's hurting Liquid's pace right now.
They also don't have any Helmadam, so how can you even rat without that item?
How can you play Dota?
I don't know. Liquid had 2 of them last game. We said it. 2-1. That's why they won.
Maybe Insania felt bad about it.
Why would Insania feel bad?
The wholesome guy.
He's like, I want to win, but I don't want to win that way.
Yeah.
That's what he told his team. Yeah. Screw the millions of dollars.
I
want the moral high ground.
You know, I mean.
Well, 33 is a more ambitious man. He doesn't care how many Helmadams he and his team have to build. He is trying to be the 3-time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This could be a huge grab on Crystallis.
It's going to have to be well executed, though, because he could just hop over the cliff. You pretty much needed perfect execution. You had to, like, disrupt while he was midway through. Oh, the golem drop on 3. That's nasty. Fatal bonds on the 2 of them. Somehow,
they got stomped.
The Centaur just comes out of nowhere and stomps them up. They'll still catch Mickey. They'll still catch Insania. As Crystallis rebound, BZM on a blink. Yeah, he's Insania's trying to juke through the trees here. BZM finally gets the blink necessary to get the kill. Takes a little bit longer, but Liquid actually get 2 shrines for that.
A nice little pickup from Nisha.
Oh, Nisha's out of resources, kinda.
Wand.
He has Wand. He doesn't have any steps. He does have a Dissimulate if he can get into an area.
I mean, this would be the saddest death of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's being corralled in here. He's going to have to juke them. His way is being cut off by the Phoenix and the Quap. 1 step is up. Gets a little bit of distance, but not quite enough. Crystallis, he's going to run him down soon. Can he get off anything here? Oh, the A is going to be used right as the tree cut. Mickey, he's going to try and run out of the AoE. Nisha, not as lucky. He gets hit by the stun. He'll burn out. Mickey, despite his attempts, may even die for it. He jumps into the trees, turns around, boundless strike, but Insania will be run down a second time. He gets off what he can. Can Saberlight go for the punish here with the Epicenter? He's going to try, but he's going into a blade mail. An Epicenter, frankly, just doesn't do enough damage for Saberlight to threaten this BZM Quap that is level 11.
A nice Dominator usage from Tundra, getting some Centaur stomps in there after the Centaur stopped them. Got to get around that, but what a sick chase down. Not think Liquid expected Crystallis to commit to the bit. He saw it through. Not only do you end up killing the Void Spirit, you waste a lot of his time. You run him around the map for a minute.
Yep.
And you end up getting the rewards. That means Nisha falls farther behind in this early to mid transition. He's just not found a lot on this Void Spirit. 1-1. Didn't go the Vessel buildup. He's going straight into the Ags. This build can feel really clunky when you're not getting a couple of kills to boost it up because you have nothing to contribute in the early fights. You're just trying to slowly grind your way to this item. That can be a painful process while Tundra are running around, taking towers, finding kills, continuing to scale up.
Yeah, Tundra are punishing you heavily. for this lack of fight in Liquid. 6,000 different lead they've claimed, and everywhere you go, it's Tundra Heroes pushing into Liquid side of the map, and Liquid conceding.
It's such a weird game 3 because in game 2 we saw Liquid make a tempo adjustment. They went to Helms. Good kill on the monkey. He's gone.
He's got the dagger on him. He's going to be taking constant damage. A tree throw to make sure. And
He's fine.
And a shield root. BZM is willing to dive that tower. Meanwhile, Liquid tried to do something here in the top lane. 33 responds, burns out the mana. Nisha.
TP's coming in.
Yeah, this Nisha actually needs to start running. He's got to get out of here. This mana burn is really killing him. Xania will be the one caught up in it as Tundra continue to sweep back and forth between the sides of the map. Nowhere is safe for Liquid.
Such a fast game. And what I was saying is this is what we saw from Liquid game 2. Get the Helms, take all the tier 1s, run them off the map. They had troubles catching that game, but they did build a lead. Tundra are like, oh, that's how we should play. And they're just running it back.
And Liquid, I feel like they do have great late game, and if it goes crazy late, you know, who knows? But I don't feel like there's that same kind of impending threat that the Faceless Void was given.
Well, to be honest, that Faceless Void fell off first. A lot of the hard save.
Yeah.
Like he had to play against double saving support that ultimately came through in that late game. Really weird things can happen in the ultra late game in Dota nowadays. But I will say that Marcy scaled incredibly in that game. There's a reason Tundra first picked it here.
And since the Blink Dagger pickup, we haven't seen Liquid actually get a kill, right?
Oh, we have not seen them get this Sand involved in something productive. They're going to smoke him again as the move's coming from Tundra. That's the Blink Dagger for Soxa bought out. So even if he dies here, he won't. He got his initiation tool. That's a big win for Tundra. Pretty nice timing here. He's the wealthiest support out of the phase. And an Arcane Rune for BZM. Right as Liquid leave the area. Failed smoke for them.
Yeah, Quap getting free power runes every time, it just feels like Liquid will never be able to fight, at least for the foreseeable future.
Especially Pipe on 33. He opted Pipe first. Gonna maybe go Boots of Travel. Or more auras, even considering Drum. This is gonna be early auras on the Phoenix. Their 5-man is gonna be insane. With an uncontestable egg plus auras on the hero that you can't really all-in or contest. Not sure how you take fights right now if you're Liquid. You just have to dodge.
They knows Nisha's around because that Watcher was taken. Nisha double steps. And he's got a TP away. Soxa, any way he can get around this and get the toss? No.
Nice play. TP's top to continue farming. Just gotta try and get this Ags up on the Void Spirit. You're not a factor until that's online.
Yeah, you need to not just survive, but you can't just TP back to base every single time.
Radiant's top tower.
You're losing way too much ground in the net worth battle.
Guess who's back? Troll Summoner.
33 will immediately use it to cut the wave. And very soon there will be pressure on the tier 2. But it also means that the Tormentor, the creep wave pushed in, Tormentor is probably free for Tundra. They don't really see how Liquid, one, put the team fight together to take it, but also have the map positioning to contest in the first place.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tundra's map control is really good. They're a very good team at cutting waves, playing around their vision. That'll be Boots of Travel done for the Phoenix as well, so that's going to give them a lot more opportunity to play aggressive. You can TP to all these Dom creeps, you can TP to these aggressive waves. It's a lot of extra map pressure that can come from a hero that's generally immobile. We're seeing this smoke while the Phoenix shows mid. Gotta be ready for these plays. Everybody from Tundra can be at this fight.
Oh, a blink backwards before the gold lands him, and he's gonna go for the TP out. They have the dust, they get the grab immediately. Chrysalis spamming it on the ground as soon as the dust revealed him. He got it. Saberlight dies, and the Tormentor is taken. Liquid really tried to do something cheeky there.
Wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just not your Tormentor to take in this game.
Radiant's bottom tower.
11,000 net worth lead. This may end up being a very one-sided game 3. Liquid are trying to close in on those items. The Aghanim Scepter, the Sand King, just got delayed. The Aghanim Scepter on Nisha and the BKB on Mickey are coming in the next minute. But Tundra, they're just going to lay waste to some of these tier 2s.
Time to take even more of the map. If Liquid refuse to fight you, so be it. Take objectives.
Dire's top tower.
That rally damage goes a long way. Double Summoner. Crystal is back to his old ways. 33 says, I like what you were doing in that game too.
He's catching Mickey in the triangle. He's going into this tier 2, but it's already dead. Where do you go from here?
He does not have his BKB yet if Liquid decide to fight this.
They glyph, they try and hold. Liquid, this is a risky move.
It's really risky.
Go into the triangle, spot Zoxa. They're trying to use the Saginaw Scepter. There goes the epicenter, the initiation onto the Marcy. They need to blow up this carry, and they will manage to do so. 33, not feeling good about the Supernova. Starts returning fire, gets the burst fire spirits out, and an opportunity for the Supernova. It presents itself. Liquid all out, trying to get away. BZM looks to slow down Mickey though. And Mickey slowed down to a crawl. Can Tundra finish him off? As he gets to the high ground, Sonic Wave push back in. He got his BKB. He tries to turn it around. A little bit of a heal. He gets just a bit. 20 HP, 10 HP. He got a heal up. He got another heal up. A toss to finish him off. But 33, he took so much damage he trades his life for the carry of Liquid.
Worth it for the Phoenix, but not the clean team fight win Tundra were looking for. Liquid strike first. They find the all-in on the Marcy before the BKB comes out from Crystallis. That is huge there.
2 cores apiece.
That's a big win for Liquid. Try and get something out of this game that was spiraling.
At this point, a draw is a win for Liquid.
Considering you didn't have the Monkey BKB at the start of that fight, yeah, I think so. Like, you were behind on a lot of effective network going in there, and we saw how effective the pipe was at almost saving that Marcy's life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it took a lot to get through here.
They popped 3 different ultimates to go. Terrorize, Retarm Scan, Epicenter. The action doesn't stop. Liquid run into Tundra here in the jungle now. Nisha, okay, walks under a sentry, so his invisibility doesn't last for long.
Just such a tough spot for Liquid. This is their item timing they want to strike with. They want to take the fights, but you're 12k down because of how rough that early game was. Buy an early gem.
And it's smoke up. I mean, if there's no Epicenter, okay, Epicenter just came back up, but there's no Sand King, who is on the opposite side of this map. Tundra know it, he's going to show. Push into the triangle.
Is under attack.
Full of confidence. Tundra being the aggressive ones in this game 3. Clear out the triangle, say that's good enough. Take Roshan.
Such a large difference in map control this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's still tier 1 towers up across
every
the board.
Single one. There's just no way to get these lanes deep for Liquid. You look at their wards, they have deep wards on the map, but you can't use them.
And Nisha even tries, and Zoxa says, nope, I'm not letting you get anything out of this. And you can't turn and fight Zoxa, because Zoxa is level 12, so just through levels, he's got over 2,000 HP.
Beast of a hero always comes back TI season.
Successful scan on the high ground. Zoxa, once again, will be the first point of contact. Boxy, desperate to get away, will try and Shadow Realm TP. It's not going to work for him. It gets canceled by the Golem, and he'll be tossed back. Saberlight will manage to steal away another shrine. Liquid, they may be losing out in golds. They're scrapping out some experience on the sides of the map.
That evens the experience a lot.
Despite the mobility of Nisha, it feels like he is always on the edge. Maybe dying. Always limited on steps, limited on mana.
Tundra have done a good job just hounding him around the map.
Yeah.
You just can't farm freely, can't get these lanes in. You have all these tier 1s to TP2, you have the early bots on the Phoenix. Tiny can just run around and hunt with Dom creep support.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really tough to get these lanes out right now if you're Liquid. They're trying to hunt something. But there you go. Phoenix TV's up here. We got to bail on this play. Just so hard to gain any map control right now. Lost your outpost early too because the tier 2's going down.
Insania, one more creep for a blink dagger. It was almost one too many. Chrysalis was setting up for it. Instead, we'll get Boxy bursting down before the Shadow Realm, and that's the gem.
Thought he was safe with the ability to Shadow Realm plus Glimmer Cape. Has those Tranquil Boots disassembled for extra regen in the realm as well, but none of it saves you if you just get jumped on. That might see a very early high ground.
Yeah, why not? Avalanche into toss back. Would have been a pickoff. Yet another one, but fortunately, Saint King and Burrow strike up, but the tower It's already half HP, and the Siege Wagon has just gotten here. 3 minutes left on the Aegis. Liquid.
There's Sand King Ags.
It's going to have to do so much for them. He managed to get the initiation. They're going to blow up the Phoenix. They see the Phoenix. They want this team fight out of here. Now, Saberlight takes a lot of damage to Chrysalis. A Blink Disruption from the Shattered even as Sonic Wave to cover it. As he comes back into play, he's gone. Both offlaners are dead. Liquid, they'll get the hold here. But there's still the threat of this Marcy. 2.5 minutes on the Aegis. The 4 versus 4.
He just finished Daedalus too. This is a lot of burst damage, even without the ulti, which guess what's coming up in 7 seconds. You are not out of the woods yet. Liquid were not ready for this tempo out of Tundra.
No, they weren't. Tundra showing that they can play both sides of the coin here. But as they overstep themselves, that's going to be the first life. The Golem gets dropped. Didn't really hit much there. To simulate from Nisha, dodges something. Foxy with his Glimmer Cape. Another disruption save from Insania, but Chrysalis will stick around, and now the Phoenix is back in with his Boots of Travels. They won't be able to stop that. It's 5 for Tundra versus the 4 of Liquid. 1 lane of Barracks is gone. And Tundra, they almost look like they just want to keep this going.
I mean, why not? You have almost 20k gold lead. You have sustain. You have an early Solar Crest. Just keep hunting. Keep pushing the lanes and don't give Liquid breathing room right now. You are about to send the defending champs home before they even get to that main stage.
33 will be the last member of that lineup if Tundra can move on. Look at that lead. Surprised is 25%. Where did you give that 25%?
Radiant.
I mean, I kind of give it just to the fact that we've had 60-minute games for like 40% of the matches here in this road to TI.
High ground defense is strong. Shadow Demon scaling strong. Can always catch Tundra in a clump. I mean, we saw their burst power on that Phoenix.
It's funny. I feel like Tundra is doing what Liquid have been trying to do for much of this road to TI. They have not been able to do so successfully very often. Too many times the games have been pulled to the late game, but it's looking like Tundra might just be able to shut it out before 35.
Going high ground without Aegis is risky, though. You risk getting your Marcy all in.
Yeah, you surely you got to wait for another Roche, but Tundra, the way they're playing here, just all up in their faces.
I mean, they are corralling Liquid. They're getting a lot of economic value out of this because Liquid are coming back to the base, preparing for the fight.
They all show here, and then they smoke to the other side. They're sweep over, see if there's some core of Liquid out on the map. Yeah, you see the drawings. They're like, yep, gonna be up here, farming up these neutrals. Now, Liquid playing it so conservatively that they are not doing that.
This ward in the base right now.
Yeah, Sox is.
This is an insanely deadly ward when you're tiny.
This one, Nisha, he's gonna be avalanched, tossed. Can Chrysalis blow him up? He tried to go for it, but he got silenced. Didn't get the grab on him. Instead, he one-shots Boxy.
That'll do it.
Is Marcy the hero you need to break the high ground? So much of this burst damage seems to surprise the opposing team. It almost got Liquid an opportunity in game 2. It ended up going late. But now, Tundra showing they can do the same thing, but perhaps better.
Just gonna be another lane without a fight.
Another toss-back opportunity. Chrysalis, oh, this time they get the silence on Nisha. He gets it to simulate off. He jumps into the Phoenix, and a Yule Scepter goes off. Can he get the step through? He steps through 33. He goes backwards here, and he's going to have to play for the buyback. Meanwhile, slowing down these heroes, Demonic Purge on Toby, who's in pretty deep. But if you only get the 5 position, that can't feel good for Liquid. Terrorize being threatened. Supernova gets used. Mickey pops BKB. Chrysalis,
too much damage.
Them, though. They get the kill. They protect the 8. They take out 3, and that's a die back on Boxy. A silence on BCM, but he's not afraid. Gale Guard, Blade Mail, he is extremely tanky. 2 lanes of Barracks down, 1 more to go. Tundra, a knockout punch to Liquid in game 3. They just blitzed them.
They found the tempo. They brought it to Liquid. They said, we can play your game.
Saberlight buys back, but for what? You've got no epicenter. You're in an awkward position. They got to silence onto the Phoenix, but there's no Supernova. There are bigger threats in this game, and you can't even kill him. Who's too tanky for you?
Megas.
base left, and that's it. Megas at 31. Burrow Strike on 3, but the pipe goes out, protecting him from most of the magic damage both Saberlight and Nisha can do. They simply cannot do enough. It's Megas for the foreseeable future for Team Liquid. For the rest of their road to TI, they will have to play against Megas, and it may not be a very long road as Tundra, they're going straight to the tier 4s. They want to take out these heroes as they trickle in one by one, try to protect Nisha. Oh, but they got the silence on him. Now though, another dive back, a toss over. Vic is dead as well. Liquid are gone. Liquid are out of the running to TI, and it's going to be Tundra who will move on.
Despite the odds, despite the last minute stand-in, Tundra find a way to take the defense.